What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the T5S2 Season 3 Invitational. Hope everyone's ready for some more group stage games. We're here in the mists of Group 3, where not a lot of the games have taken place quite yet. We only have one score submitted so far, so really, this is anyone's group to get out of. And today, we have over here in the red playing the new, brand spankin' shiny new Adeptus Sororitas. This is Doots. I think a server favorite. Usually plays some Chaos Soup, and unfortunately we're not seeing some Chaos silliness out of Doots today. Unfortunately, I think the Warp Time nerf maybe hit a little close to home for poor Doots, but he does have Adeptus Sororitas to fall back on. But on the other side of the table, contending with him is going to be Wolfvonmibu in the blue, playing Grey Knights. A really interesting include in the Season 3 metagame so far. We haven't really seen a lot of Grey Knights hit the table yet in 9th edition. They've been trying a little bit here and there. They had at least earlier in the season had some good matchups against some meta lists. Stuff like Harlequins oftentimes would go down to Grey Knights randomly, but Grey Knights themselves weren't doing too much. But Wolfvonmibu obviously being able to fight through that. We've seen Wolfvonmibu playing a lot of, also a Chaos Soup player, so maybe also hit by that Warp Time nerf, but likes to play a lot of Chaos combo lists, and it makes a ton of sense that that would translate directly to Grey Knight. So we have a really interesting Grey Knight composition here, and I'm excited to see these two factions face off. I do think that the Psychic defense of the Sororitas are going to help them quite a bit, but on the other hand, Grey Knights oftentimes have the ability to just force their way through Psychic defense just because of the fact they have so many casts. It's sort of mind-numbing. And as long as they can hang out outside of the 24-inch sort of doom denial bubble of the Sororitas early on in the game to get their buffs out. They should be okay, but we'll see how it goes. Let's talk about some lists, chat. Hope everyone's excited and ready to go for this game. Oh, let's get a prediction, too. New prediction. Who will win? Doots.
Within 24, and then I've still got the
Sororitas. Doots.
Strategy, yeah. And just full disclosure.
What is the Grey Knight's name today? I don't know.
That will allow me to deny psychic powers on a 5 instead of 6.
We'll give him 10 minutes for this prediction. Get those channel points in. Both Chaos players into Inquisition sub-factions? Yeah, I guess that's definitely fair. So as the players are getting their pregame set up and just about to go into deployment here, we'll talk about some lists.
We'll see. It's been so long since.
Take a quick look here. Unfortunately, as has happened previously, chat, the lists command is super broken. It's still showing commands from Saturday, and it won't change them. And also, it's even been deleted. So I don't know why it's still working. So I apologize for that, chat. You'll just have to go to tts40k.com/invitational or hit !invitational in the chat to get a link there, and we are in Group 3 here. Wolfvonmibu versus Doots. You can take a look at their lists there if you want to read along. But while we're here, let's talk about this very cool Grey Knights list coming out of Wolfvonmibu. He's bringing a single battalion detachment out of the Grey Knights faction, led by a chaplain. The chaplain's been upgraded to a Master of Sanctity. I imagine there'll be a bunch of questions in chat about that and how that works. Well, let me tell you. Almost all of the faction abilities out of the Space Marine Codex only require that your detachment be Adeptus Astartes, and the requirement of an Adeptus Astartes detachment is that it is a detachment made up entirely of Adeptus Astartes units, which, surprise, Grey Knights are, because they all have Adeptus Astartes keyword. In previous edition, that wouldn't have worked because you would pick one sub-faction to keyword your detachment over. But in 9th edition, that verbiage has been removed. So in 9th edition, your detachment essentially gets all of the keywords of all of the things inside the detachment. So if you have every model in the detachment gets Adeptus Astartes, you are an Adeptus Astartes detachment. Which means that you can unlock things like Space Marine relics, Warlord traits, and chapter command abilities. Most of the relics don't do too much for you, unfortunately, because and most of the abilities as well, or most of the warlord traits as well, because they affect core infantry or core units, or they replace specific pieces of war gear that don't exist in the Grey Knights Codex. So there aren't too many things you can do with it, but one thing that you can do is upgrade your chaplain to a Master of Sanctity and give him Wise Orator. So that's fun. He's going to be chanting twice. He gets 2 litany abilities with that interaction. He gets 1 at the start of the battle round and 1 at the start of your command phase. One being granted from the Master of Sanctity ability. Both of them going up on 2s. He's taking Mantra of Strength, so the +1 strength and damage and attack. Recitation of Projection for +6 inches of range, as well as Invocation of Focus for +1 AP on Nemesis and Psi weaponry. We also have Empyrean Domination in the Sanctic shard on that guy, so he's going to be able to get an additional +1 to cast on top of his +1 that he gets for being a Grey Knight, and can reroll failed casts as well. Now we also have a Grandmaster and Nemesis Dread Knight armor. He's running a Gatling Silencer as well as a heavy Psi Cannon. Don't know if we have any particular upgrades on him. And then last but certainly not least, we have Lord Kaldor Drago to give some full rerolls to units within 6 inches of him. We have 1, 2, 3 strike squads, as well as an Apothecary with a Nemesis Demon Hammer. He had been upgraded with the Augurium Scrolls, which is one that I don't know about. Let's take a quick gander so I'm not talking out my butt, chat. Looks like the players are just trying to get set up here. Augurium Scrolls is going to give Exploding Sixes with Nemesis weapons within 6 inches of the Apothecary. So very much a smashy style Apothecary today.
Yeah, sounds good.
But no Librarian in this list, I think, interestingly. The Librarian is pretty good because you can take an Artisan Nullifier Matrix to give him access to an additional plus or minus 1 to cast if you need it, if you need to stop yourself from perilsing. It's a very useful one to have. But it mostly shores you up a little bit, but also having that +1 to cast on, or having, you know, an additional 2 casts out of a character who can take the special discipline. What's it called? The Dominus discipline?
I'm just going to have Retributors and Dominions and then Rhinos. And I just got them color-coded.
It is called the Dominus discipline. Ah, my Grey Knight's, my Grey Knight's time is showing through. I'm really proud of myself that I knew that off the top of my head, Chad, not going to lie. We also have a Paladin squad with 10 Paladins, 4 Silencers in the unit. Following that up, we have a Purifier squad. So going to be doing some 2+ invulnerable save cheese on these guys, with +1 to their saving throws in addition to another access to 2 more invulnerable save improvements. We also have a unit of servitors to do some actions, as well as 3 purgation squads, again, with silencers. The purgation squad's actually pretty effective as just sort of bombs. You can kind of Gate of Infinity them somewhere on the table, buff them up with all the stratagems, and then kind of just let them loose. They don't cost that many points. They're only 108 points for a purgation squad because the silencers are only 2 points apiece. And D3 damage, you know, D3 +1 once you've added Psychic Onslaught on top of that with 24 shots is pretty impressive. You can actually sort of, you know, use them as these fire and forget missiles that you don't really lose much for sending them out. And that is the list, chat. Some interesting technology coming out of the Codex. There is a couple interesting synergies that you can use with the Space Marine relics. Obviously, you know, you can, especially upgrading the chapter commands is pretty good, but also just having access to things like Imperium Sword is always nice to have for Grey Knights, because their characters, while individually powerful, they tend to kind of fall a little bit behind the curve when you're talking about Space Marine Smash characters. That said, there's more of them in a Grey Knights army than there are in any Space Marine army, although they are slower. But having access to some damage buffing Warlord traits and things like that is always nice to have. Moving over to the Sororitas side of the table.
The strat that lets you come in within 3.
We have Doots' Adeptus Sororitas over here. Doots bringing a battalion detachment coming out of Order of the Bloody Rose, led by a Repentia Superior, a Canoness with Rapturous Blows, and Morvenval. I think a model that we're going to see quite a bit of going forward. Super badass Morvenval with her incredible ability to put pressure on your opponent at long range with those 2 missile launchers, as well as a heavy bolter with upside, but just giving herself rerolls to wound when you don't have any other good targets for it is pretty solid. We also have 3 Battle Sister squads, no upgrades on them, a unit of 10 Celestins, as well, Sacrosants, excuse me, as well as a unit of 5 Sacrosants, probably to sit in the back and act as a bodyguard for Morvenval. We also have a Dugmata, and 2 units of the full 10 Sisters Repentia. Moving down to, we have a Spearhead detachment of Argent Shroud, so they're going to be able to advance and shoot with their heavy weapons. We have 2 Dominion squads with Artificer crafted Stormbolters to get access to the special Stormbolter stratagem to deal mortal wounds on wound rolls of 6, or on hit rolls of 6, excuse me. We also have 2 Crusaders, as well as the Canoness of the Blessed Blade, and 1, 2, 3 Retributors, all multi-meltas on the Retributors, each one with 2 Armorium Cherubs and some Rhidos to hide them in. Seems pretty straightforward. I think this is probably going to be a relatively standard build of Sororitas going into the future. Not sure if we're going to see the Sisters Repentia so much anymore, but certainly the other models in the army are going to be very common. We're going to see these Argent Shroud detachments quite a bit. We're going to see these powerful characters. No Celestine in this army, although given Celestine's performance earlier on in the tournament, where she died on the bottom of one and refused to respawn, maybe for the best. I also want to give a shout out to the model file that Doots is using for his Sororitas, because they're very detailed models. We also have some pretty good looking Retributors over here, although these have These have heavy bolters. Oh, there is a unit with heavy bolters, chat. That's why they have heavy bolters. It's one multi-melta to be fired with the Armorium Cherubs, and then the rest have heavy bolters. So I apologize. That was a misread on my part. So it is going to be interesting to see how well Doots can use his immense amount of
Yeah, they got 28.5.
Anti-psychic potential, especially with the Argent Shroud attachment. That gives you access to a 4+ damage ignore against mortal wounds. So if we ever see the Grey Knights pop into a Tide of Smiting, then you could potentially see the Argent Shroud Rhinos being moved up to block some hits. We also have access to the stratagem to make them perils on any double within 12 inches of a vehicle, I believe, which is called... I'll pull it up real quick here, chat, so we know the name. It is... I'm not quite yet 100% on the new Adeptus Sororitas Codex, so I apologize. Thrice Blessed Hull. You get perils for any failure to cast within 12 inches, which could be brutal for a Grey Knight's army that is casting so many times. We also have, potentially could pick the Sacred Right to get a 5+ automatic deny from anything, and on top of that you have the 4+ deny from Sororitas as well. Now if Doots goes first here, he's going to be able to press his advantage way across the table and be able to force those anti-deny bubbles really far back into Wolfvonmibu's zone. I mean, he could move potentially 6 inches up and then force a 24-inch threat range essentially of the those anti-psychic effects basically to the back edge of the objective on Wolfvonmibu's side of the table, which could be brutal. Looks like Wolfvonmibu here actually measuring out the movements for his Nemesis Dread Knight. That model does have Edict Imperator, so it is going to be able to shoot and then move, so it looks like he's going to be able to maybe try to dance it out around the side of the table, use that additional maneuverability to just kind of bounce around. Now, obviously, Grey Knights, if you haven't played against them before, one of the most complex armies in the game, because the sequencing of your Psychic phase is so important. You have the ability to fire in the Psychic phase using Edict Imperator and then move. You can also reposition yourself as well with Gate of Infinity and fire out of line of sight, ignoring cover with Astral Aim. So being able to sequence those in the correct order, you want to Astral Aim to shoot the model that's blocking your Gate of Infinity so that you can then gate into a good position to then get a good shooting phase and charge off is very difficult. And the Sororitas ability to muck it up could be pretty brutal. Yeah, the prediction did just close, chat. Looks like we are 80% in favor of Sororitas today. Wow, no confidence in the Grey Knights, chat. I'll tell Wolfvonmibu you said that. We'll see who goes first. That's going to be a big indicator, I think. Especially since Grey Knights essentially have, almost universal non-line of sight shooting. They're going to be able to assuming they would go first, they can get, sort of pile in an immense amount of firepower into your opponent's deployment zone.
Really didn't change anything, right? I'm still allowed to just wall block you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we don't play with the WTC role where you can phase into a wall, if that's the question.
What? My whole game plan.
Oh, God.
Sorry, chat. Ferris County haven't seen Vala in action. Yeah, we saw her in Jonathan and Wolf and Ashley Thompson's game. I almost said Wolfvonmibu, but that's not how that works. And she was a nightmare. Just being a character, so she benefits from the bodyguard role, the ability to move relatively quickly, 8-inch move, and fire those weapons. She can already start at the front of your deployment zone because she's not in danger typically on turn 1. Unless you can get really powerful melee into her, and even then, she's having damage with a 4+ invulnerable save. Like, she's probably not going down. So she can start at the front line of your deployment zone, and outside of, indirect fire, she's not in danger of anything, and then she can move directly forward, put those 2 crack missiles with full rerolls into you, as well as that heavy bolter. And that's even if, you have nothing else to do with her. Alternatively, she could just buff a unit of Retributors with full rerolls, and the Retributors could trade massively up in points, especially if you have a couple good Miracle Dice to spend on them. She is just such a beater unit. Plus, she's got a really decent melee profile. She has to be your Warlord, but she does get full rerolls in the fight phase, coming in at base Strength 8 for 3 damage, AP 3, or she can double her attacks for AP 2, 1 damage at Strength 5. And then she has a fight twice at the end of the round. Once per game. So, yeah. Just a monster of a unit, chat.
Okay. You have no idea where my Grandmaster Nemesis will go to, and you're done.
Be a very big surprise. So I'm just gonna put these sacrosancts behind this wall back here.
So it looks like Doots preparing to use a combo that I think we may see pretty often in the future here. He has a Dominion squad with the Stormbolter in each of his Argent Shroud Rhinos. So that's going to give the Rhinos themselves the ability to pregame move 6 inches. You can then disembark the Retributors if you get first turn top of 1 and use them to advance. So a 6-inch move plus a 3-inch disembark plus another 6-inch move and another probably 3-ish inch advance roll means that your threat range off the top of turn 1 is immense. You're moving 18 inches before that unit gets to shoot, which is pretty impressive for a unit of Retributors. They do obviously have lost a lot of threat range with the loss of Storm of Retribution, but on the flip side, we're making up for that by just being closer to your opponent's models. Not to mention the fact that Dominions are probably a unit that you want to have around anyway, just given the fact that, having the access to the Mortal Wounds from that Stormbolter stratagem is really nice to have. It can certainly shore up a lot of matchups, especially if your opponent has a lot of really tough profiles to deal with. It seems like right now, I think heavily armored profiles could be tough for Sororitas to actually chew through, since they're not quite as reliable on those Retributors anymore. And the characters, the characters are good, but they're usually only strength 5 or 7. They're just difficult to kill and can kind of deal sort of consistent damage, but not a big spike damage that you need. But being able to sink 6 Mortal Wounds into something when you need to is pretty solid. It's pretty good to have.
Trigo. And you can set it.
Dominion Squad's really flexible when you go second, says David. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so the Stormbolters are 2 damage because they're Artificer crafted. If it makes you feel better, chat, they are 5 points per Stormbolter. So they're a little expensive for an AP0 weapon. But 2 damage is really solid, especially when you potentially get 16 shots out of them, and then every 6-2 hit is automatically converts the attack into wound rolls with that stratagem. So just a nice piece of technology to have. It's just nice, consistent damage if you need it, especially with rerolls from Wolfvonmibu potentially. So that you can just try to fish for those 6s when you need them.
Is there a reason why your sheriffs are standing in front of the wall?
They don't count as models for any purposes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just markers.
You just put them there.
Yeah.
So Doots with this aggressive placement, obviously the Grey Knights don't quite want to be as aggressive as possible. Wolfvonmibu not placing anything on the objective. So he will not lock that objective on turn 1. Unless something changes, which could be a little bit of a mistake. Probably not a huge deal, because something's going to be hiding in the back here. Often Grey Knights just have a random character or something so chilling back there. But something to keep in mind if you are placing on this mission, because Sweep and Clear does lock your objectives in. If you hold them in your command phase, they will lock in for until your opponent takes the objective away from you. And we're just back to Doots' deployment. So Doots with Battle Sisters, Sacrosancts in the center to bodyguard for all of the characters. They'll be placed relatively front and center, and the Dominion squad's very nicely capping off the 2 ruins in the sides of the deployment zone here to make use of that pregame move. And like David was talking about in chat, obviously you can use that pregame move to go either direction. You can either use it to move out and push your threat range really far forward. We could potentially see, obviously, that Rhino move 6, and then that Retributor squad get out, and with a big advance roll, they could actually shoot into the Paladin squad near Objective 5 here, which could be upsetting if you knock off 2 Paladins immediately. Those are not special weapon Paladins, so it's not the end of the world if they die, but it does suck, since those models are very valuable individually.
Yeah, I think I'm good, man.
Looks like we are going to be going to the roll to go first. Here we go. This is going to be a big one. Sweep and clear. Pretty good for the player going first. So we have Doots in with a 5, it looks like. Oh, Wolfvonmibu also with a 5.
Saved.
Exciting stuff. Wolfvonmibu gets it with a 3. Grey Knights will be going first this game. And that is potentially a lot of damage coming out of this Grey Knights army, with access to all of those the Psi ammunition stratagems to deal additional damage and the ability to fire through line of sight. So all of this defensive positioning out of the Sororitas going to be for naught. What are we doing here?
Yes. And then I'll get my previews when you're ready to start.
Oh yeah, sorry. So please start with your pre-game moves.
And here goes the Dominion squads.
I think I can decide right before I pray.
Yeah. Yeah, mine happened before the battle starts.
Okay.
Yeah. And then my Sacred Right will...
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just put this in your time.
Yeah, so I'll start it. Just put it back to me. There we go. Yeah, so Sacred Right is Aegis, so I can deny on a 5-up.
So we're going to use the 5+ deny right, and here come some Dominion Rhinos, just electing to move them forward, not using them defensively. We do have access to that Holy Incense strategy, or what is it called? Damn it. Holy Smokescreen. You could just call it Smokescreen, GW.
Okay, over to you. Start a battle round, I'll get my Miracle. Got a 4.
I'm praying for extra range.
Would this be a 4-inch move? Because it's difficult.
I can go up to 6, and since I can go 12...
Both go through.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So Grey Knight's taking the first turn.
You got your litanies there on the Dread Knight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Extra AP and extra range.
That's good.
Where's your second offensive? Over here.
It's green. Over here, yep. Those are on the Paladins or on the Dread Knight?
Oh, sorry, it's on.
Okay.
Cool.
Taking a look at the secondary objectives here, chat. I was just double checking Doots' the Dominion squad ability there, and yeah, you do get to make your movement of 12 inches, but you can only go up to 6 inches of them, which means subtracting 2 from that wouldn't really change anything. But looking at the secondary objective selections here, Doots taking Abhor the Witch. I think that makes a ton of sense against a army made entirely of Psychers. We also have Stranglehold for both players, in fact. This is a pretty common pick on this mission because it allows you... there being 5 objectives means that all you have to do is wrest control of one of them from your opponent in order to score that Stranglehold. So one thing that we may see here is Wolfvonmibu just trying to gate something over to objective 2 here. or potentially use that Edict Imperator to get them up, and just nab that objective from his opponent without having to go to the center. Although he does have the Servitors relatively aggressively placed so that they can just run up in the center if he needs to. We also have, for Doots, Direct Assault is the last one. Now, the one downside of having this combination of secondaries is that it sort of forces Doots into the middle. Now, obviously, that's where Sororitas are generally going to be going. Tom Sawyer
Hi.
with the sub. Thank you. 5 months in a row. Very nice. Really appreciate the support. But Sororitas aren't really changing their game plan to go directly, straight forward into you. So that's not a huge deal for Doots. I would have been surprised if we saw direct assault on Wolfvonmibu's turn or side, because one of the upsides of Grey Knights is that they can use their sort of ludicrous mobility to push out, onto whichever objective they want to. They can push to the sides, they can push to the back, and they can hold 3 of the outermost objectives to score that stranglehold without having to fight over the middle, which is a fight that they would most likely lose thanks to those Sisters Repentia. Although Grey Knights do have the -1 damage strat, which could be potentially a pretty big deal on those paladins. Redoubtable defense. Oh, excuse me, that's melee. Oh, that's ranged only. I was just double checking there. So the Repentia will be brutal for the paladins. Just kidding. You definitely don't want to bank on that. You would die. Oh, Grey Knights do have direct assault chat. No, you're right, actually. Oh, okay, that is surprising. Lastly, they've taken grind them down. So Wolfvonmibu also taking direct assault. Okay. Huh. All right. Seems a little aggressive, but okay. We'll see how that goes.
Okay. Yeah.
Bam, advancing.
Yep.
1. You have objective secured, so where's no need to put you guys on the roof.
So there's a cheeky servitor squad
Getting in.
grabbing an easy 6 points. Assuming that we're able to gate something to one of these side objectives. You get Stranglehold, you get Direct Assault. Easy peasy. Seems good.
Moved, buffed. Okay. So bone goes on you, of course. Yes, perfect. Actuary, not important, but still needs to go. Ethereal manipulation. 8.
So Wolfvonmibu just working through his psychic phase here. Grey Knights were already a relatively complex faction to play in 8th edition, and the 9th edition rules change was hit them pretty hard. Not only because they lost their ability to stack smites, they could smite infinitely without increasing the warp charge of the power, but their smites are worse than everyone else's. They only smite for 1 damage unless they have their smite buffing tide active, then they smite for 2. Unless you're a demon, which fortunately for them, none of the Sororitas are. But they also, the rule changed so that you have to cast all of your powers from each of your casters before moving on to the next caster. And that made Grey Knights very difficult to play, because oftentimes they would have multiple casters that each cast multiple powers, and having the powers be able to go off in any order that you wanted was a pretty big deal.
Good start to the game. Why am I at 9 CP? Shouldn't I have gotten 1 when the game started?
We haven't started game. There we go.
Okay, so I spent my 1 CP
Okay.
for a reroll on Astral Aim.
Don't do it.
Okay, goes off.
Yep. Rip.
So now we need to spend another CP because we don't have a reroll on Imperial Edict. That's not what I wanted to do, but well.
So unfortunately,
I'm now casting with 3 CP, take the 2 highest for Imperial Edict.
Okay.
Good choice. Goes off on a 10.
Astrolabe required a buff to go off, or a reroll to
that's
go
wrong.
off, so we're going to use the stratagem
Yep.
to roll 3 dice, pick the highest
And
for the next psychic test
going to shoot.
to get
Mhm.
Edict Imperator off.
Everything into
We're
the
probably going to
Repentia.
fire with the paladins and then move them
The
back
Repentia
into
still
the
have a
building.
feel no pain, right?
Oh my god, and they are
They've
going to
got a
lay
5-up
waste to
Philippine
some
and
Repentia.
5-up Invitational from my-
You know what? It doesn't matter that your defensive stratagems don't work in melee if all of your opponent's melee models are dead, alright? Here we go.
I cannot now. It's just 5-up.
Okay. And over here. Yes.
No reserves for the... Oh, no. Strike squads in reserves for the Green Knights. Also,
Yes. Okay.
I sized
So we
this guy
just
up
do
for everyone.
Double. Half of the silencers into them.
Wolfvonmibu was going to use him as a Nemesis Dreadmaster, but
buff up our Stormbolters, so we
elected
have
not to
6.
because his sword was so big and we would have been
Damage 2.
tough to hide.
Yep.
Which is fair.
And I think I spent another CP for +1 to hit.
Okay.
And I won't buff. No, I won't buff the silence as well. Okay. Starting with the Repentia unit behind the wall near to your objective, so the green Repentias.
Okay.
12 shots of silencers, hitting you on freeze. Rerolling everything because of 6 inches to Drago.
Yep.
Wounding you on freeze.
2's right,
8
because you're strength 6.
No, the silencers are strength 5 only.
Okay. So I got 5 up invols,
Yes. Strong.
and these are damage 2, right?
No D3 +1.
Okay.
So I have to roll them.
Yeah.
One at a time. So for 3.
You can roll them all. I've only got 1 wound. You're only 1 wound per.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 wounds and 4 wounds.
So the 3s, dead, 4s, 2, yeah, 4 dead.
Okay. So I have 12 more shots of Stormbolters.
Actually, I'll leave that one.
I'm sorry?
So I'm just talking to myself, my bad. So 2 there, and I'll take 2 here.
2s to hit
Oh boy.
and 2s to wound. So 12 wounds.
Okay, 5s.
And Visa damage too.
Okay. Got him.
Okay.
So we're in Shooty Tide, so alongside
And second unit,
the Sidebolt
hitting
ammunition,
again
the
with silencers, hitting you on freeze.
Paladin Stormbolters would be +2
Rolling
strength, but into
everything.
strength 6.
Gonna roll a miracle real quick for the green squad.
A miracle? Ah, okay,
Yep, they-
because
yeah,
because
when they
they
die.
died. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Now I'm confused with this before my wound roll. Sorry. Okay. So 9 wounds into the other unit of Repentia.
This is silencers.
This is silencers.
Okay, damage.
D3 +1. Or 2 with 2, 1 with
Yep. So the 2s die, the 3 dies, the 4.
Sort of an unnecessary amount of damage. That's poor Repentia.
2. Yeah. Okay.
Take
You
5.
got, how many was that?
7, I think. 7 or 8. Let's see. 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
Mhm.
Deleted 5, 7, 8. 8. Okay. And Stormbolters, 2s, rerolling.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they just they hold those triggers down, chat. You can't no sororitas, no Repentia are allowed to survive. You have to get rid of all of them, otherwise it's gonna be brutal.
and they are already.
Oh my god.
Okay, another miracle for them.
There you go.
Got a 1.
Every Repentia on the table has been removed
And
in
Paladin
one
Stormbolter.
swell foop, chat. And then they go back into the building. They're like, that was fun. We out. See ya. Now, I do appreciate Wolfvonmibu has he's remaining relatively safe with his units, but he has peeked out
No,
one
I
of the
will move
yellow
on one
squad
at a
onto the objective. Although the Purgadors are moving out to take some shots, although they're probably going to get picked up by return fire, but they are still Space Marines in cover, so 2+ save is relatively difficult to get through.
I can just blame Trevi on that.
When in doubt, blame Trevi. I blame Trevi for my repention being up.
Yeah.
Anyone want to change their prediction? We'll see how well we get through the Sacrosants and the characters. That's the real question mark. But yeah, removing the Repentia this early is such a big deal.
Ah, blame me. I just put him over here.
Yeah, I know they're behind the wall.
Yeah.
So if you want to fix it, like, it's no big deal.
Let me think if I want the... I don't think I'm afraid of your Celestines.
So we do need a Gate of Infinity on one of
they're
these
still
units to
only
get them
18-inch
onto a
range.
third objective to score
So I put
Stranglehold.
them direct on the board, so you can attack me if you want to.
Okay.
It is going to be, yeah, Morvenval is going to be a problem for the Grey Knights for sure. But at the end of the day, she does only have 8 wounds.
So this was my second cast.
And eventually those
Now
might start
we
going
are
through.
going to cast Ethereal Manipulation. I need a 6. Goes off. Gate to Infinity. Goes off.
So we get an
You just
Ethereal
remind me
Manipulation
where they're coming from.
for full rerolls to
Is that
hit
from
within
Ethereal?
half distance onto a Gate of Infinity, onto probably one of these Purgator squads. And they're going to pop into one of these corner objectives, I would imagine, to confirm that Stranglehold.
And now I'm casting from Drigo, Ethereal Manipulation, and then the red squad himself are casting Gate to Infinity.
Yep. Manipulation is the +1 command point?
Ethereal Manipulation is Chapter Master rerolls in half range.
Yes, okay.
So we are jumping to get onto a third. Onto a third objective marker. You put me outside of the good parts here. So what are we going to do? I want to shoot something, right? I want to shoot this sheriff so bad.
They're babies, how could you?
Do you have some sort of OPEX scan?
Yeah, I mean, the power of the smites right now, chat, aren't like going up and nuking your opponent with smites. Even Grey Knight armies, they never really, they had a little bit of manipulation of targeting where their smites went, but most of the time, when a Grey Knight army would go into smite, it was kind of indiscriminate. You would get something that was, fine if you hit with it, and you would drop like 12 mortal wounds into it back in the day. But right now, I think the smites get used a lot more judiciously, and what's going to happen is, especially if Wolfvonmibu can maintain this cadence of attrition and keep removing and powerful Sororitas units and forcing the more core of the army to come forward, and then he can sort of sandpaper that off, which is the core of the Grey Knight game plan, 100%. Eventually, the characters are going to be exposed, and at that point, that's when you start dealing mortal wounds to them and shooting them with guns and stuff. I definitely wouldn't expect Doots to give up like Morvenval immediately. I think we can give him more credit than that, but certainly eventually she may be leading the charge, or one of the only models holding down an objective in the late game, which is when those mortal wounds become very relevant. And then the other big thing about a Grey Knight's army you do have to remember is that every single unit is a potential 2 mortal wounds into you. Even, the single last remaining model in a strike squad, a little 17-point Marine idiot sitting on a back objective somewhere, can drop you for 2 mortal wounds if he needs to. Which is pretty good. Some pretty good backline to have.
Mind giving me 9 from your Rhino? To where I'm measuring at the moment.
I got 8.5 to this guy.
Thank you, Trevi. Okay. 9 would be over here, and 12 would be over there, so this won't be working.
So I think what we're trying to aim for is the best ethereal manipulation spot to sit in. But it looks like what we might do is just try to go to this side, which is going to be a little bit safer, a little bit easier. Actually, probably less safe, but still fine.
Just do this. This should be a bit faster. 12. Okay. Can we do something silly with it? I don't think. Okay. It should be fine.
Yep.
Good. So we have way we can jump in here. And try to kill these stem cannon nests. Doesn't look good. 8.5. Nah, protect. Okay. And here in the backfield. No, and we wouldn't get Stranglehold.
Thanks for the follows, everybody.
Stranglehold. Okay.
Welcome to the stream.
So you are done.
Hope everyone's having a good week.
Next up is Armored Resilience, Apothecary, Casting.
Oh,
Gets
no.
3 mortal wounds. For
The
one.
upside of having an apothecary in your army as a grenade player is that you often eat a couple wounds over the course of the game to those perils, and the apothecary allows you to
Sanctuary.
sort of repair that damage passively.
Fewer Farias who are outside of 24 on the Paladins.
Okay.
And it doesn't go off, of course. Okay. And the last one, I want a CP back from the Chaplain. I have a reroll to roll a 5. I get it outside of 24, so I'm at 6 CP.
It's an Empyrean
And
domination
go into
to
the
get a
shooting
CP back.
phase, and there's not a lot in the shooting phase.
And we are just going
Just one
to
unit of Purgators shooting into 5 Battle Sisters.
try to kill some Battle Sisters with the Purgators. We've gotten around the
So,
edge of the cover,
Stormbolter,
so
no buffs at all.
no covers
no
there.
buffs at all. Hitting you on freeze, rerolling because in half range. And wounding you on freeze. 1 wound. 3 up.
Good.
Okay. And the silencers, they moved, so hitting you on force. Rerolling everything because of your fury manipulation.
Nice.
And strength 5, wounding you on freeze. 15.
Big 15. And it looks
yeah,
like they'll barely survive,
Alive. Damn it.
which is a pretty big deal. That does give Doots the option to just put one model in that center objective if he doesn't want to push too far forward. Although, I think...
Okay.
I think Wolfvonmibu would love him to stay in the back here and continue to play this attritional game against a Grey Knight army that can send a cheap units at him or continue to Ethereal or Edict Imperator, a unit of Paladins in and out of engagement.
On my superior.
Yes.
Oh no, she actually runs! Oh, just kidding!
So I'm patching myself.
Very nice.
3 next to my kid unit.
Okay. So you did get strangled in, right? Yep.
Yes.
And direct assault. Ugh.
And that is a pretty solid first
All right,
turn. Out of the Grey Knights, killed both Repentia units. Full to dead, as well as a Battle Sister squad. Scored all their secondaries. And it's looking like only 2 units exposed for the Grey Knights, so that grind them down is going to be relatively easy. Now, the awkward part about grind them down with Grey Knights is that oftentimes, rounds 2 to 3, your strike squads end up coming in. And the strike squads are not difficult to kill. Just 5 1-wound Space Marines. Pretty easy to pick up, and you end up losing them relatively quickly.
I'll put Warhim on my Celestians.
You have some markers or something?
Yeah, I'm throwing them out.
Okay, perfect. Because I have
And
no
then-
idea what
Yeah,
I know you
so,
explained it. You explained everything to me, but
Yeah.
it's like
so these Battle Sisters have double offsec.
yeah. perfect.
These have the full rerolls. These get +1 attack. And then I'm going to do Holy Piety for an extra Sacred Rite. The Celestians, which goes off. I'll give them give them I'll give them the passion for exploding 6s in combat.
Okay.
All right. So. Just rotate a little bit.
Not too far. You only have 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you move 9, so maybe 1 rotation less.
Oh, okay, I'll just scoot back a little bit.
Perfect.
Actually, tell you what, I'll just advance it.
Okay.
It's 2 marches. Just gonna stick my track in.
One of the biggest changes in the new Sororitas Codex is that we're no longer seeing the Bloody Rose battle rhinos. We're charging a
these battle
Bloody Rose
sisters
rhino
are
into
new
and melee was one of the most terrifying melee
Mm-hmm.
units in the Codex. Just advancing those Argent Shroud units around. Less exciting. Kidda Crew, how reliant are Death Watch lists on their auras? Pretty reliant, I would say. A lot of times they're taking the invulnerable save aura. They're often stacking some auras off characters to buff their damage output. It's not like the core of their game plan, but it's kind of a sub theme that Deathwatch have, is they have a lot of relics, especially that are, like, have some powerful auras attached to them. I will say that they may be less reliant than a lot of Space Marine chapters just because they don't often take Rites of War, because a lot of times their most effective units are already objective secured, so they don't need to take it. And that's the real killer in the Space Marine matchup. When you can get rid of the Rites of War, a lot of times they fall apart.
These.
Yeah, sort of faction-wide OBSEC is one of the big powerhouses of Deathwatch for sure, chat. OBSEC Vanguard veterans. So it looks like we're going to be aiming to play relatively cagey on Doots' side of the table here. He's using those the Sacrosancts, excuse me, to provide some bodyguard for Morven Vol. Now, the one thing that Doots has to worry about, although it looks like he's... well, we'll see how his positioning ends up, is that, you know, there is the potential that you could just Astral Aim, kill all the Sacrosancts, and then your characters are out in the open. Especially if you haven't positioned them within 3 inches of anything else to get Lookout Sir. But it looks like Morven will end up within 3 inches of these Retributors. Now, the awkward part is that for the Sororitas, is that the Space Marine profile here, it's not phenomenal, right? 1 wound with a 3+ armor save. It can go down pretty quickly, but outside of, like, the Dominion squads dropping their stratagem or something, there's not a lot of, like, random small arms fire that will kill a full unit of Space Marines easily for the Sororitas. They do have the heavy bolter Retributors, which is going to be a big deal, but you often, I mean, you want to keep those Retributors in the Rhinos as long as possible, so being forced to commit those a little earlier is a little awkward. Because now, obviously, they are in danger of being Astral Aimed or just Edicted on with a Purgation squad to come in and just wipe them off the table. Yeah, like forcing, you know, a bunch of bolter shots. Obviously, Sisters have a bunch of 3+ ballistic steel bolters, which is good against light infantry. But against this kind of medium infantry style where you have a decent armor save, sometimes, especially if you can tow a guy in cover, if you can get a guy behind a wall or something here, sometimes they can just make every save. They only have 1 wound, but it doesn't matter because they just didn't take any damage.
I'll advance this canoness. Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. Fine, we're gonna do it anyways.
Yeah, I think the big comparison for Paragon Warsuits right now is like Mortifiers and Penitent Engines. And I think the consensus is currently that the Paragons like pay too many points for extra resilience that doesn't really help them too much. Whereas you can kind of play a little bit more of a laser-focused game plan. Like a Paragon's paying for a gun and a kind of mediocre defensive profile and a melee stat. Whereas Mortifiers and Penitents are basically just paying for good melee and a little bit of shooting. So they're
I'll start with these
a little bit more efficient.
Put everything into the Brigaders.
Not to mention the fact that the Paragons playing tanky isn't really Sororitas' game plan. They want to trade units with your opponent.
Just be one shot, rerolling everything for Morven. Missed, and then I've got Multi-Melta. Reroll everything. 2 hits. Reroll wounds. 2 wounds, AP4.
Do I have a 5-up input in this edition with what saves against? I don't remember.
What's up?
Oh, it's only 5 face. Yeah, room, so 1 is in cover, so...
no cover. No cover from Reds. They ignore cover now.
Who ignores cover?
The Retributors. Retributors ignore cover now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just to do that.
Okay. And then I'll do their bolt guns, heavy bolters. Hitting on 3s. You're on these.
Everything, right? Not only the multi-melter or something.
Yeah, it's all. It's just their.
It's a retributor data sheet. Okay. Good.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is new, right?
It is new, yeah. They switched out their ignore movement penalty for the other thing.
Okay, weird.
Yeah.
It was a very odd side grade.
So this
Retributors
Rhino
didn't often really care about cover.
The servitors.
Shooting through dense cover is nice, but oftentimes they're -1 to hit anyway.
I'll use them
unless they're Argent
Shroud,
Shroud, which
they
is
get
why you're
one extra
really
crafter reroll basically.
Argent Shroud.
And 2 wounds, no AP.
3-ups. 1 dead.
Okay. Morven will put everything into the servitors. So her crack missiles with hit, wounding on 2s. Those are AP2.
1 more dead.
And her bolt gun.
Morven Vol has to shoot its servitors trap.
Are you T3?
Certainly feels below her.
Okay, so strength 6, but it's just 2 more AP1.
Sorry, I missed the AP.
It's a heavy bolter. Yeah, AP1.
Okay, safe.
All right. Bum, bum, bum. This guy did not advance. Yeah, he did.
He did advance.
Yeah. I think I'm good. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna call it there. So I get a 4 for 3, Stranglehold, and Direct Assault.
So quick turn out of Doots. Obviously not a lot you can do against a very cagey Grey Knight army like this. And we should get 3 on Grind Them Down for Wolfvonmibu. So both players just trading essentially equal secondary objective points. Now this is the part of the game where things get a little bit more awkward for Grey Knights. Obviously, a lot of their mobility is locked up in teleporting and Gate of Infinity, which all is restricted from 9 inches outside of enemy positions. So if you can do that unrestricted, your opponent hasn't moved yet, they can't really screen you out effectively. That can be very difficult to do well. Or, I mean, very easy to do well, excuse me, but it gets more difficult as soon as they've moved off the table and taken some table space. So obviously we can see that we have my telestrator turned off. We essentially have Doots zoning out most of this, the best portions of the board. We have the Rhino here zoning this out. We have this being zoned out by the sisters, as well as this area being zoned out by the models here. I think there is a little bit of a gap down here. If we want to see some stuff dropped into the back line. Obviously, it's not in danger of hitting any objectives anytime soon, but you can drop them in and start picking up some of these backline if you want to. We also have access to dynamic insertion for the teleporting models, so the 2 Predator squads and the 1 Predator squad and the 2 strike squads that are in reserve can deep strike outside of 3 inches of enemy models instead of outside of 9. They just can't charge after they come in, but they can shoot, so we could potentially see, a bunch of bolt guns and stuff lined up to kill these battle sisters. We drop a unit towing this objective, and then we just start blasting away at the models in the back line there. And I think that may be the plan, actually. That is one way to grab that direct assault. Also, sort of hilariously, the servitor survived.
Oh, sorry. Need a check on the servitors.
Oh, sure, yeah.
4 minus 2. I think they should be.
Yeah,
And actually pass. All right, that. Nice. I thought that servitor unit was dead for sure, but it actually, I think, behooves Doots to leave that unit alive because his opponent has grind them down. Doots can wait until a point at which he, needs to kill 1 or 2 more things because he's going second in order to, just before his opponent's turn, in order to deny the grind them down points for that battle round. He can essentially elect when he's going to kill those servitors. So I think it probably makes sense on Wolfvonmibu's part to keep those servitors very safe until you need them, because they could potentially be kind of a liability for the time being. Oh my god, this dynamic insert gets the strike squads onto both of these objectives. Chat. You couldn't have planned it better on Wolfvonmibu's part.
Correct.
Look at that. So all he has to do is wipe this Battle Sister squad. They do have the Unflinching Determination, so they are going to be double OBSEC, so that counts as 10 models on the objective right now. So you do have to remove them to have a good chance of taking that objective. But that's actually just going to break Sororitas down to 10 points. Maybe less if you can contest this objective, which is a possibility if we get a charge out of a Gate of Infinity. Very nice dynamic insertion right there. What is the weird circle in the center? That's the edge of the deployment zone, chat. So the players have this corner to deploy in, like this, up until the table quarter lines, and then up until this circle. And sometimes that's relevant for secondaries and stuff. This time, not so much, but it is nice to know.
I don't remember. I'm just going to remember. Yeah.
Okay.
Bam. And projection. Bam. Good.
Yep. Okay.
Sorry. But that's always the case sometimes.
So we went back and rolled off the litanies real quick. They both went off again. Should have happened at the start of the battle round and start of the command phase, respectively. But we're just going to do them now.
I think that's everything here is fine. And what happens if we don't when we still have you? Everybody from you here shooting there.
Yeah, Chad, it might be the better option to just leave the units out or just, dynamically insert to the back of 4 here to make them difficult to engage. You do give the Sororitas a couple extra charge targets here to get further up the table. If you end up putting those Grey Knights there, and especially because the Servitor's alive, if you kill the Battle Sisters, then you can take them out to that objective. But stringing the squad out, I mean, it's likely that they get killed regardless. And stringing them out means that you have additional redundancy on this objective because you are OBSEC yourself. So if the two servitors and the Grey Knight dude stand on the objective, they will beat out a single Battle Sisters remaining if Wolfvonmibu isn't able to clear off that unit. Which, I mean, 3-up, like we just talked about, 3-up saves sometimes just spike really high, and you accidentally don't kill them. And that's, so I think Wolfvonmibu just hedging his bets with that move. Sisters have no reserves. Everything is in Rhinos currently. There are 2 Dominion squads with Stormbolters and 2 Retributor Multi-Melta squads, one of each in the 2 Rhinos. But other than that, they have lost all of their Repentia, which is pretty brutal. Yeah, I think the Repentia was definitely one of the scariest units to Wolfvonmibu in this matchup. He does have a little bit of defense against them, given that, interestingly, Astral Aim actually lasts for a round, not a turn, which means that the unit that it's cast on, even if it's hiding behind a building, can still overwatch models outside of the building that are charging them. Which means, especially if you have Kaldor Drago nearby, you have some serious overwatch coming out of these big Paladin bombs, but you don't want to have to be relying on that to prevent Repentia units from coming in and murdering you. So having them be off the board is such a big deal for Wolfvonmibu. That means the Paladins can move way more aggressively later on in the game and be much more safe. As much as you want to kill the Sacrosancts, you want to get rid of the Bodyguard, you want to get rid of all the Retributors, those Repentia are so brutal late game that I think it's fair he doesn't want to leave them be. So we do have the Grandmaster committing. We may see the Grandmaster get Edict Imperatored this turn because the Paladins are Astral-aimed, or can be Astral-aimed because they're already in range of everything. They don't really need to move around to do much. So they may just end up being, end up shooting into the Sacrosancts and the Battle Sisters on Objective 3, and then the Grandmaster edicting around the table in order to keep himself safe from those multi-meltas until we can take him out.
My Rhino could have shot because it's Argent Shroud. That's okay. I don't think the servitors are going to matter.
We are two in that.
Surprised the Paladins aren't out right now. -1 to wound, 3+. So the danger currently to the Paladins is the Retributor squads, and almost none of those defensive buffs work against the Retributors. You only get even Sanctuary, you only have a 4+ invulnerable save against them. The -1 damage doesn't really help you, especially if they're able to get into the +2 damage Melta range, then they only need a 2+ in the damage roll to kill you. The 4+ does help, but you have some Miracle Dice to shore that up and rerolls from Morvenval. And you probably kill 2 or 3 Paladins every time one of those Retributor units shoots, which is brutal.
Oh, that's the problem.
Plus, it's a huge CP bleed on the Grey Knights player's part as well. And oftentimes, the goal of a Grey Knight army typically is to sandpaper your opponent down to the point that they can't deal with the Paladins anymore, and then move the Paladins out later on so that they can kind of anchor in the late game.
Red is gate, right?
So if Wolfvonmibu had just put them out in the open, I think he loses 4 or 5, and that unit is much less scary in the later on.
Line of sight to your sister.
So it looks like we're trying to get draw some beads on this lady right here.
So you don't have line of sight here.
I wonder if Doots maybe slapping himself a little bit for some kind of sloppy positioning on this unit.
range.
He allowed for the dynamic insert to touch the objective just in case, and he also is going to allow this unit to get shot a little bit.
Or double checking if you are still in range. Or...
Not that that's totally.
And line of sight on all.
That's not under Wolfvonmibu's control,
And
essentially,
okay,
being able to deep strike, but it does help that none of them are in solid cover.
You guys go over here because you like your life. Here in the back. And I want you instead of 6. I want you instead of 3. You are not. Why are you not instead of 3? So you need to go. No, he just moves over here. Oh, if it's okay for you, I will just heal my apothecary before I forget about it at the end of the move.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So all 3 characters here should be now again inside of 3. Yes, yes, yes. Good. Instead of 6. And just in case this fails, you go on here, on here, on here, on here. So you at least have something to shoot if my casting fails. Good. No, the last thing we want to do is the purifiers. What are you going to do? I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. So checking outside of 24. Yes. Purifiers could hold the objective. I could also go over here, right? We can at least put them over here. Somebody outside of 24. Yes. And inside of 12. Yes. Good. Casting time. First one thing we want to cast is Edict Imperator. Before we cast this, we cast, of course, Astral Aim.
So Edict's going down first, it looks like. Maybe?
Fury Manipulation Gate Infinity. Armored. Okay, so casting time. First cast will be the blue guys over here in the back. They will be casting Astral Aim. They should be outside of 24 everywhere.
Looks good.
Okay, goes on to the Paladins.
Yep.
Next up, we will be casting Imperial Edict with this Grandmaster over here. He is in range to be denied. Goes off. Do you want to deny?
Ooh.
So it's 18-inch range on that?
I'm sorry?
Is it 18-inch range on the power?
He is casting. He is casting Edict Imperator, shooting in the psychic phase.
Yes, it's the range of the psychic power is 18 inches, right?
No, it's 12.
It's 12. Okay.
Yes.
So that would go on himself. I'll try to deny with this canoness back here.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, you got it.
Okay.
Oh, and these guys are popping up, right? Or no?
Sorry.
Were these guys going to pop up here?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Forgot about that.
Is that 1 CP or 2?
1 CP. I
Okay.
pay it. Or did you pay it for me? No.
I did not, no.
Okay, perfect. Did you give me the turn? Yes. 6 CP. Wow, that's not a lot.
You got your edict, by the way. I don't know if you heard me.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
just thinking where I want to cast it on. So we would need to kill you and we would like to kill you. 1 second.
Mhm.
Okay. No, sorry. here.
Okay.
Did go off. What are you? You have so tell me something about the Celestians. We have a 2-up save, 4-up
Yeah.
invul, and can you buff them defensively in some way?
I can buff them in melee. That's about it. I can make a -1 to wound in melee, but that's not. I have nothing against range attacks.
Okay. So let's put you in here, put you in here, and put 1. Yeah, I think we are paying the 2 CP. We are using the Paladins again.
Okay.
Buffing the Stormbolters up.
Yep.
And let me think. We don't want any overkill here. So 4 ups. So we need 6 to go through. So 4 guys, 16, 14 wounds. Let's say 4 guys. Okay, 4 guys. So we have 2 left. 2 left. Where your red rebuters at? Here.
Mhm.
Okay, then 2 guys would shoot into the red rebuters. And then we have the silencers left.
So it looks like we will be planning to fire with the Paladins. One thing we might try to do is clear out a landing space for a Gate of Infinity later on. If the Paladins can knock out the Battle Sisters, there's nothing else sort of in this zone, so we can potentially be trying to gate more stuff deeper into the Sororitas army and potentially go for some charges or for some deeper shooting.
Yep.
What Wolfvonmibu has to be a little bit worried about is giving up those grind them down points, however. Because if he commits too hard into this, he's already going to be giving up 1, potentially 2 points automatically. Maybe even 3 if he ends up losing the Grandmaster to Retributors, which could always happen. And that's secondary points you're not getting back anytime soon.
My map was off. 24, 16, 22, 18, 4 ups, 11, 9. Oh, it's with you, Miracle Dice. That's far too good. So 5, 20 Stormbolters into them, and just 4 into the Retributors.
Okay. And the silencers in here?
Silencers still in the 5-man spot of Battle Sisters, yes.
Okay.
So Wolfvonmibu did elect to move the servitors back to keep them safe, which means he will have to sort of overcommit to this Battle Sister squad to ensure that they go down.
Maybe, if I'm able to grab the dice here. I can try. Oh, come on, game. I don't know. Okay.
Oh boy, that was not a good
11.
roll. Good
These
thing
are 81.
81, yeah.
we have that overcommittal.
Okay, kill 4.
Okay. Hit 4. Next up, 20 shots into the Celestians. Hitting you on freeze. Re-rolling. And wounding you on 2s. 3 ones. So 14 minus 2.
Okay. -2, right, on my Celestians. So I'll be on 3 ups in cover. Or no, I don't get cover.
You don't get cover, just 4.
Yeah, force. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Mm-hmm.
3.
Oops, was it 10-man unit?
Yeah.
Ah, sorry. I thought this was a 6-man unit here for some reason. Okay, this explains it. Okay.
Right.
Then 4 shots into the Retributors. Rerolling. 3 hits and from your 2s. No, come on. Only 2. -2.
Okay. I'll be on 5s.
Yes.
One
So
dice.
1 died. Okay.
I will take the Superior up.
Next cast will be Ethereal Manipulation. Goes off on a 6.
Remove.
Casted by Drago.
There you
So
go.
you are able to deny.
No, go ahead.
Ethereal Manipulation from blue. And Gate to Infinity from red, from the pocket and the deck. The one in range to deny him. Goes off. And you guys jump. Let's see. Set of 9 over here, and I don't think we'll be able to get in this time. Nope. Okay. In this case, where are we going? Going. Is there some place now in the deck? No, looks like it. I have 8 people on right. I don't like that. We're going to just shoot here.
So Purgation Squad going diving with the Gate of Infinity there. As that late cast. May just be looking to pick off some additional objective secured units. Big downside of Grey Knights is that they often sort of exponentially lose damage output as they lose CP, because they no longer have the CP to do things like Psychic Onslaught and Cybolt ammunition. Not to mention consistency on their Psychic tests with rerolls and with stratagems.
Gate to Infinity was casted. Next up, Apothecary over here. Cast.
Which does mean that those Purgation Squads deal a lot less damage, especially against 3+ armor saves once things get stuck in.
I'm not going to. Go ahead.
And we're going to cast Sanctuary. Go to deny with your last Battle Sister Superior.
You're good. Go ahead. Do you have any more, or actually, what other cast do you have?
CP. If I get one more CP.
Just one by CP.
Yeah. Of course, I
Marty.
can cast another. I can cast another cast with the CP, and I have some smites left.
Yeah, you have smites left. Okay. I might as well try to deny it. I don't really care what else happens over there. Yes, I'll try to deny. Nope.
Okay, so it goes off. I think I already put it on. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Next up, we want some CP.
What was that?
This was the chaplain over here. You should be able to deny with exactly your battle sister again.
Okay, sorry. I thought that was the last cast.
No, oh no. Sorry. This was what I said. Sanctuary and then a CP. So
I
if you want
I thought you meant the extra CP cast. No, go ahead. That's all right.
Ah, okay, sorry. Okay. No, just getting a CP back here, so I'm back at 5.
Okay.
And we have you, and I've forgotten to already cast with you, right? I should have casted directly after Imperial Edict. I'm an idiot. Could have just sniped her. Okay, well. Doesn't matter, I forgot about it. Oh, what's that? First time playing with Grandmaster in a long, long time. Good.
So I think
Next
the issue there was,
shooting,
I believe the Grandmasters have 2 casts, so we missed a potential smite. It would have been out of range, I think, it looks like.
Guys could smite.
The
Blue
base
guys that jump
Grey Knights
on,
only have a
but
12-inch
after
range
smite.
smite.
Okay.
Unless
Go
you
for
have a...
Try to deny with Morven or somebody. That one is denied.
Okay, perfect.
And I'll get a miracle at the end of this
unless
phase
you
for
have
that.
the... Who's it? The Brother Captain, I believe.
Or do I? Let me double
Good
check.
choice. Good
Buffs
choice.
their range of your smites.
I'll double check. I don't know if I get that one anymore.
Yeah.
I think I don't, actually. I'm pretty sure. I
Oh,
did.
wait a second. This is not only dense, this is also light cover here.
Yeah, I don't get that one. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Shit. In this case, if it's okay, I'll just put them into 12 to the Celestian here.
Okay.
If it's fine for you.
You can cast off this guy if you want. If you want to hit them.
Yeah, I could. That's a good
Yeah.
idea. Going to try.
Up to you.
Right. Need a 6 on the second smite, so it still goes up.
So it still goes off. I'll try to deny with the Battle
Yeah.
Sisters.
Go ahead.
Nope, you got it.
Sisters Denied not working out so hot so far.
Celestian Circle.
Unfortunately for them. I'm going to start picking off units with those smites.
The shooting, we're trying to kill the 4 which are still there, so we will pay 2 CP here to go up to strength 6 and 81. And let's see if you are able to roll some bad freeze or something. Okay, starting with the Stormbolter, hitting you on force because you're -1 to hit, rerolling everything because of your manipulation, and wounding you on freeze. 1 wound, 2 ups.
Good.
And silences 24, hitting you on force because moved and -1 to hit, and other ones. And Chapter Master rerolls, rerolling everything. And wounding you on 2s. So 50, -1, 3 ups.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Ugh.
And
Great save on the Sacrosants there.
some good saving. This
Storm Shields
Good.
coming in clutch today.
Okay, these guys over
they
here
bounce all
are
that
only to
AP1
see the
firepower.
last Sister, so everybody here just shooting into her.
Yep. I can just pick her up. That's okay.
Okay, perfect. And when we have you guys over here, you also have 3, right? Yeah, I had to. Good morning. And you have nothing. Is this an obstacle? Yes. Okay. So we're not going to shoot into you. If we're not going to shoot into you, into who we are going to shoot? Into you. Into you. Into you. Yes, to outside. Okay, so P for that. Nope. Okay, so just blue shooting into red Rebuters. 2 Stormbotters in range and 2 Stormbotters not in range. So that's 4 12 shot. Right?
14.
4
right?
8.
4, 8.
No, but
And
the last one is the silencer. He has 6.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. So nice. And nice. 9 wounds.
Okay, I'm not gonna slow roll these a little.
Yeah, no problem. Go ahead. As long as you're rolling them.
2 dead, 3 dead. We still got silencers coming, right?
I do have 1 silencer coming.
Okay. That's 3 dead so far.
Okay. And on force because moved. And on three more.
Is
How
there
many do you have
0,
left?
right? I
Well,
have
yeah,
one.
everything AP. Yeah, just put it. No.
Oh, man.
Miracle, the last one on a 4.
Yeah.
Miracle to
Cool.
keep that multi-melt alive. Really need that AP value to get through these 3
Not
plus
good
armor
at
saves
all.
reliably. Not an amazing shooting phase out of the Grey Knights, but they're still sandpapering the army to death. Got most of that Retributor unit down, killed most of the Sacrosants on the table.
What could you shoot? I think only the 2 Sacrosants, right? Yeah. Doesn't look like you can see them. Doesn't look like you can see them. So he's just going to shoot into the 2 Sacrosants over here.
Okay.
Ooh, so 10 shot silencers. Well, he doesn't profit from the tide because he's not infantry. Hitting you on 2s, rerolling the 1. And wounding you on 3s. So 6 with no AP.
No AP.
No AP whatsoever.
Lose
1
1.
dice. And 6 shots hitting you on 2s, rerolling 1. Hit 1. And wounding you on 1s. 5 with -1. Okay.
Wow, okay, there you go.
So we killed at least 1 unit, 2 units only.
Sacrosant unit in the
Yeah,
back
2
there,
so far.
dead.
So that's not.
May try for a charge with the Purgator squad onto this Rhino. If you get that, you can potentially, with a reasonable charge distance, you can get a charge into a pile and consolidate. Toe the objective to contest it. And then you would be locking Doots down to only a 5-point turn.
7 doesn't go off. And I think this is my turn.
Okay. So I owe you morale.
No charge, it looks like, actually.
This Retributor
So
lost
Doots
3.
will retain 10 points and lock in objective 2.
Good on a 3.
Which is
the
real good for him.
Sacrosants lost 6. They're gonna run.
Sacrosants
3 left,
fail their
so they're
morale
extra.
as well. Uh-oh. 1s and 2s they run, lose another one to morale. Oh boy.
I think that was it. Okay.
The Battle Sisters and what else?
Battle Sisters and Sacrosants, I think, was all that you killed.
Oh, that's harsh. Okay, good.
Okay, you want to pass me turn?
Yes, on my way.
See where my CP's at.
Bam.
Okay. So what's the invul on your guy right now? Is it 4? 3.
3 up.
Okay. All right, Morven is going to put her rerolls on herself. Going to put unflinching determination on the Sacrosants, so they get OPSEC. I will. Let's do Warhim on Morven. So this is extra attack. Goes off. And we'll do.
Morven getting
I'll
that plus
try
1
to
attack,
mortal
gonna get
wound your
stuck in
Grey
there.
Knights. Is that what I'm gonna do?
She is pretty good at killing these Grey Knight profiles, in fairness.
Yeah.
Especially with those rerolls. You might not even need to shoot at them, really.
Yeah, so on a 3-up, we'll do mortals to the Grey Knight, to the blue squad right there. Fails. And I think that's all I'm doing. I don't want to do any miraculous stuff. 2. That's not happening. Yep, okay. So let's just go to movement. I'm going to advance my canoness here. 2. Superior comes back here. So those have to go there.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I think I agree, chat. I definitely think. I mean, potentially having no rhinos available for the Repentia to stay in was a pretty big mistake, but also just not strategic reserving them. It's not amazing because obviously, you know, Grey Knights have reasonable screening, especially with how much deep striking they can do, and they can intercept the Repentia coming in. That said, they're super CP hungry, so they rarely have CP for stuff like that.
5, so 11.
Grey Knight's biggest advantage is no one remembers Astrolabe. Definitely an upside of playing one of the lesser played factions in the game, for sure. You also put so many tokens down on like a unit of Grey Knight Paladins or whatever. They
What rerolls from you?
sometimes you just forget what do they all do. You know, that's just too many tokens. I don't even know. Look at this unit right now. We got 4 separate buffs on this Paladin squad right now. And you thought Adeptus Mechanicus were complicated. Eat your heart out, AdMech players. Grey Knights have to do this, but it isn't all declared at the same time. They have to sequence it correctly. And sometimes your unit moves multiple times throughout the sequencing.
That. You still have 1 Grey Knight squad in reserve and deep strike.
I have 1 strike from the reserve. Yes, the rest is on the board.
Okay. Yeah. Let's put this guy here. This way. I'll advance these Crusaders. Get out of this one. I can go crazy here. Potentially not do anything. 3 of Endel. I need to try to kill that guy.
Chat, this is bottom of 2.
That should be yours.
Dude should have gotten 10 BPs this turn.
Basically up to the wall.
I think the biggest pain point for the Grey Knights is going to be this objective number 4 here. There's not really much that's going to come in and like fight over that against the Sororitas that are there without overextending really hard. We do have the Grandmaster on this side who will have, you know, some ability to fight the Retribuers and things over here.
Thinking for a second, what better are you doing there?
Yeah. That's okay. Yeah, I'm just deciding if I want to actually advance or not, so it might make a difference. If I can
what difference?
Would be nice.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And I think I will because there's no penalty. So they will advance. 1 inch. All right. Didn't matter too much. No. He's gonna go nuts.
You need to move a bit more, right? So I will just be back for a second.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Wait, not back.
Oh, I don't want to do this. I'm going to lose everything if I do. This is a luxury. It's not unheard of that I just nails those. Oh, man. No, I can't afford to do that. So that's going there. Doing that. Don't care about that. Okay.
So I wonder what the consideration on Doots' side of the table here is. He does have to decide what to do with the Rhino back here. Like I was mentioning, I think it is going to be annoying that for Wolfvonmibu that he doesn't have much on this side of the table that can come in and deal with that, at least reliably. There is enough firepower to dive in on the strike squad in the center. Wolfvonmibu should be able to take that out easily, but she is going to be in danger after that. Are you still moving stuff, or?
I'm not. I'm just waiting on.
Okay, yeah, because we can pause.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good point. Thanks.
Yeah, the command points, that's generally just how Grey Knights operate. They tend to just like naturally attrition command points as they shoot their guns. Their guns, they basically load command points into their bolt guns and shoot them out of them. So that's pretty common for Grey Knights. They tend to be relatively low, around round 2 or 3, after 2 or 3 rounds of firing CP at people. So I hope people are
all right, man.
enjoying the game so far. It's been an interesting one.
A
little slow so far, but that's generally how Grey Knights go. And
that was pretty much
it should pick up pretty quickly here as we move to the shooting phase.
Just going to shoot the Purgators over there. So 4 shots. We'll do 1 Argent Shroud.
We should have enough to clear out the
on 4s. 2 wounds, no AP.
The Percators in the top corner.
One.
There's a bunch of random guns over there, in addition to Crusader charges.
I'll go with these Battle Sisters white. We'll all shoot. It's like I've got 2 in rapid, so 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Force wound. 3, no AP.
3, no AP. All 3s.
Ooh. The downside of those 3+ saves, sometimes they spike low, as 2 of them get killed by a Battle Sister squad. Yikes.
I'm just going to have her use her once per game Brazier into the Purgators. So this is just a once per game D6 shot flamer that does mortals on 4-ups. So how many shots? 3. For 2 mortals. Those guys. Over here, this Retributor is going to shoot the Grandmaster Dread Knight.
So picks up that Purgation Squad pretty trivially.
And
Those
I'm just
bad
gonna
saves
use
on
both of her
Wolfvonmibu's
sheriffs
part.
now,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
roll it
go
all
ahead.
together. Yeah. So
She
6
has
shots.
rerolls? No.
She has.
No.
Looks like just reroll ones to hit
It's inside of.
from the Argent Shroud canvas right here.
Hi. Perfect.
So hit on that. I'll do 1 Argent Shroud reroll.
Oh wait, you also have rerolls?
Just 1 per unit. And then winning on 3s. Yep.
Okay.
Ooh!
I go through.
Dread Knight eats 3 hits from the multi-melta, including the
Give me a
cherub
second, I
activations.
can reroll 1. No, it doesn't matter against you. You have a 6 for me of Miracle Dice, right?
I've got 2 4s and a 1.
We reroll 1.
You will.
So at least it should be the second.
Yeah, I definitely feel like the Repentia probably should have been in the back there.
Okay. So I did 6 damage then. Unless you want me to reroll damage.
No.
Okay.
But I think I mean
Wow.
we could potentially see the
So
looks
that
like only
was
6
that.
going through on the
Let's
GMDK.
see.
Thank goodness didn't go down. Potentially
Sacrosanct will shoot your-
the most dangerous unit in the Sororitas army to the Grey Knight army are those multi-meltas. There is enough defensive technology to make the engagement with the Repentia very difficult because you can sort of you can kind of dance out of their threat range until you force them to eat an Overwatch if you're Astral Land. But obviously it's much easier to play the game once those are removed. But being able to trade up with these big Retributor squads is going to be a big deal, and I think the Grandmaster is probably going to go down to the remaining Retributors here.
4s. 2. Good.
Yeah, we have talked about it a lot of times, chat.
Okay.
A 3+ invulnerable save mathematically worse than a 4+. Never succeed.
This one's guy. T6. I'm gonna have Morven shoot everything into the Grandmaster.
So Morven
So crack missiles.
just going to be holding out for those melee profile to kill the
Hit.
Grey Knights in the front here.
1. Yeah, she's got her own rerolls. So 2 wounds there.
Safe.
Good. And her heavy bolter. Rerolling for herself. Wounding on 4, strength 6. Rerolls. Nothing. Okay. Let's do these Retributors then. Everything into the Grandmaster. So 8 shots to begin with. On 3s. I'll use that Argent Shroud reroll there. Nope. It's a 5.
Oh, come on. Okay, he's gone.
Ugh. This
don't explode, do
Grandmaster
they?
fails 3 more saves.
I just rolled until we will see. It's a 6.
Gets removed.
Mm.
Do they explode?
Uh-oh.
Is there an explosion roll here? I don't see one. Okay. Does not explode.
Okay, cool.
I think it's just a big man.
Ah,
Yeah.
why can't you be so cool?
Oof. That's a big
Else.
downside.
Big umbrella.
Can't see anything there. These guys
Yikes,
are
chat.
blocked.
Big yikes. GMTK dives to a bunch of
Guess
Retributors.
I could shoot a servitor. These guys may be super.
We've
annoying.
awakened the wrath of the Super Grandmaster.
No, Grandmaster.
Ah, it's my own fault. I should have used the cool model.
Right?
Yeah, this guy
Cool
would have
models
passed his
always
save.
better, roll better in ones.
I'll,
It's a known fact.
I'll use 1
is
cherub
known.
and I'll shoot these servitors.
Ooh, nice.
And they missed. Good job. All right. Cool. I killed something that's shooting, so I'll get a miracle. Got a 5. Charging. Just gonna be Morven into the Grey Knights here.
Yep.
Now we should mention we've already contested the grind them down this turn for Wolfvonmibu, so he will not be scoring that for secondaries, and it's starting to pull away from him pretty significantly.
Okay.
We have a Bahor being scored on Doots' side.
They don't have.
He
an
should be
invul,
at.
or do they?
They have 1 unit. We have a 5-up in with 3 models.
1, 2, 7.
I don't know if
like to
I
me.
do big swings or little swings here.
Plus, he'll score his old Stranglehold
do little swings.
and Direct Assault, and has more primary
So
and
double
a really
attacks,
dominating
10
board
attacks.
position.
Hitting all on 2s, rerolling. Actually, it's 12 because I have Warhim. Forgot about that.
I think I maybe did.
Don't worry, Grey Knight
Hitting
Paladins.
on
Or
2s,
Grey Knight
roll.
Strikes, you'll be fine.
Winning on 3s.
What's the worst that could happen?
Rerolling. Okay, so 12 AB2s.
I'm dead.
Okay.
Goodbye, everyone. So that's another one on the
Oh,
board.
AP2 was this only?
Yeah, just AB2.
Ah, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah, it still killed him.
All right. I'll get a miracle for killing in the fight phase. Got a 4. And that's it. I'll get... it's over on your time. I've got Abhor for a bunch. Stranglehold. Direct Assault. That should be 3, 3, 6, and 5. 11. So I should be at 14.
So Doots pulls into the lead pretty solidly. We're down to a 5-point primary turn on Wolfvonmibu side. And we have 2 objectives locked in the corners here for Doots, so he could potentially leave them if he wanted to, although I think he's just going to keep those rhinos there for now. Wolfvonmibu still with a strike squad in reserve. Looks like he's going to be pushing the purifiers up now. Maybe looking to clear out those 2 objective secured units. The Sacrosants on objective 3, but just push the servitors up in there to grab it for a turn. But we do need to put some units elsewhere. But what I was mentioning earlier with the grind them down, unfortunately giving up a lot of points thanks to those little strike squads and things in the back once they commit, sort of coming true here as Wolfvonmibu starts not scoring it.
Just going to use the rest.
But I think what we need here for the Grey Knights is the Paladins to come in. We need to clear out as many of the Retributors as humanly possible. And then really dominate the center of the table. Remove as many threats to them as we can. Especially since we can start potentially dumping shots into Morven this coming turn, now that the Sacrosants have been almost entirely removed. But we do have a couple units remaining in the back line for Wolfvonmibu to Gate of Infinity up the table. The big Grey Knight here, chat, is because he's cool. You know what, chat? He's here to watch over the logos of our sponsors. Obviously sponsored this season by GameMat.eu and 3D6 Wargaming. You can visit their websites, !sponsor over there in the chat. You can get to their websites and pretty cool places. GameMat.eu doing awesome game mats, obviously, but also 3D Terrain they're getting to. 3D6 Wargaming. You can actually get little neoprene objective markers that look just like these ones. So if you want to play with some tactical tortoise objective markers on your tables at home, you can do that. Over at the sponsor link. Wolfvonmibu said that he found a 3D printed one, Grey Knight or Nemesis Dread Knight that looked like this. That he was getting 3D printed up, which is fair because it looks much better than the regular Nemesis Dread Knight. Let me tell you. I wish the regular model looked like that because this guy's actually sick. But it looks like we are just pushing forward this turn. Gonna be committing in with the Paladins and the Purifiers probably. Yeah, getting the characters out in front of the wall now to start shooting. And yeah, like we said, they just have to be in and to get out and just start ripping stuff off the table.
Yeah. 1, 4, 6. Nope. You go over here. Drago. Ada, you need to go on the objective, right? Good morning, yes. So 4. Everybody goes 4. Okay, just that. And 24. This is an 8-inch charge. 9-inch charge.
The Grey Knights are not out of reserve units yet, chat. We still have a strike squad in the back that hasn't come in yet. We did drop one last turn for later use, but we still have one coming in afterwards.
This is a 7 or 6. No, it's an 8-inch, right? Yeah. Perfect. Perfect movement. That might
Glisscore.
Oh, wait a second.
Love the background music. Yeah, it's a sort of a collection of music from the YouTube library as well as some other music licenses that I've sort of accrued over projects over the years. So it's kind of a mishmash of stuff in the playlist. A lot of them you can get off the YouTube audio library, though. You can look that up. It's a bunch of royalty-free music, and a lot of it sounds like royalty-free music. But there's a couple gems in there, I think.
My CP. And just in case everything fails, you go over here. CP. You give me a turn? I'm always surprised when I'm so low on CP. Always surprised. This is not mine now. I need to. No, nobody is objective secured, right?
Correct. Yeah, these guys are not. No, I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay.
So it looks like we're going to be placing this strike squad to string out again.
Come on.
There it is. Do the same thing we did last turn.
There we go. Good.
Dynamic insert to steal that objective away.
You can see nothing over here, so you will need to do exit thing. So Drago is going to advance. Like that also. And you want to be a set of 6. So you only go over here. Good. And you could. You know what? You are not going over here. Sorry. I'm muffling this guys around 6 over here, and we are going to advance instead and try to steal the objective marker number 4. 1. Well,
The outro song? That one is called
Okay. Bam, bam, bam.
I don't have the name in front of me right now, unfortunately. It'll come to me in a sec, I think.
Good. Next up, casting time. Boom, what do we want to do? We want to cast Ethereal Manipulation. On the 4 and on a 3, a 7. This is Drago over here. You can deny, of course.
Okay. I'll deny with my Rhino back here.
Rhino's denying
Oh,
spells,
Rhino can
chat.
also deny.
Yeah, it's just a. What is it? Sacred right?
Yeah.
Nope. You got it.
Okay, so we have Ethereal Manipulation. Oh. Then. One. What are you? One. That's over here. And his second cast will change the tide. So off.
Boom.
So you want to deny?
I will try.
You have with
You're in shooting right now.
I'm in shooting right now. Yes.
Yeah. So what else do we have? We've got
Moving the Tide of the Warp. I wonder where we go. We could go to reroll once to wound in the fight phase, or we can go to Smite Tide for extra smites.
Got a line of sight.
Might be
Not
Smite
too worried
Tides.
about anymore. Sanctuary, Gate, Edict. So you're gonna go into Smite Tide now. So I'll try to deny this one with my Dogmata.
Ugh, that Sacred
No.
Right not going off.
I will.
Considering a 4+ deny here, maybe. Could also just CP reroll the regular deny attempt before attempting the 4+ if you really don't want something to go off.
Nah, I'm gonna let that one go.
Okay. Shadow Tide.
Okay.
Moving to Shadows, interesting. So going to give everything cover, and if they are also in cover, they are -1 to be hit with ranged attacks.
Guess just jump over here, right? And shoot you guys. Why not? Okay. Gate to Infinity. The outside of range goes up.
Yep.
And these guys just jump over here.
So we're going to gate over to try to knock out the Retributors at the Purgator Squad.
Outside of 12, outside of 9.
We also have
Would you please put
the
up
Paladin Squad
12,
moving
12,
relentlessly forward.
12. And you're going to shoot. On you. Good.
So what's interesting is,
Here.
I
and
mean,
here
with
we can
the amount of damage that
charge.
the Grey Knights have done to the Sororitas army already, it does feel like
Good. Boom. Sanctuary goes
they are,
off. Do you want to deny?
you know, potentially losing out on primary, but in the position to potentially, you know, really hit hard later on and via attrition, especially once these characters get stuck in. Morvenn Vahl is going to be a brutal unit to take care of, but you know, there's not much else of note in the Sororitas army. Obviously, you're going to knock out one of the Retributor units. There's just one model remaining in the other one. There's one left in this Sororitas Rhino, and you do have the Dominion squads left over. But other than that, that's all we got. It may still be enough, given how good Sororitas are at trading up, but we are essentially trying to set up the perfect position that Grey Knights want to be in, where there's very little to contest this Paladin squad. One Retributor squad certainly isn't going to do it.
So I'm down to 7.
Although it is going to do a lot of damage, potentially.
Come on, dice. Nope, you got it.
Yeah, Wolfvonmibu does have to be careful on time. He is operating a little slowly.
And
If he can finish this turn in a couple minutes, he has 2 10-minute turns remaining, which should be pretty easy. As long as he picks up the
we casted
pace.
astral aim. No. Time for astral aim. In the back, outside of range. And we want to get a CP. This one you can deny again. Goes off.
That was from who again? Chaplain?
This is Chap.
Yeah, I'll try to deny with Sacrosanct. Nope, no denies for me.
That's wild. 5 plus denies. I
Shooting.
think missed every single one of them so far.
Oh,
Jeremy,
wait a
mark-
second.
did you mark
Oh,
yourself
we
up?
can-
Or
We can smite. I'm sorry?
did you mark yourself up, CP?
No, I did not. Thank you.
Mhm.
Maybe that's the reason why I'm low in CP, because I always forget. Okay. Next up. Oh, we have some super secured, right? So let me see if I can smite here. Or didn't I smite her before?
Well, she was in a
hit?
different. She was in a different position, right? Not this phase though, but she's closer if you want to.
Nah, I'll take this one. I think when he should be closer, 6-7, and yeah. Okay,
Okay.
I'll take him.
Sure.
Try and smite here. On a 4, 1 mortal wound.
I will try to deny. That one I did deny.
Okay, always well. Good. And we have a purifier. We are not in range. Good. Next up, shooting. We start over here. The silencers and Stormbolter into the retributors.
Okay.
Stormbolter first, half range, rolling everything, hitting you on freeze. Wounding you on freeze. 1 wound.
Okay. In cover. Good.
And silences 24. Everything. Wounding you on freeze. Ah, come on.
Ooh. Oh, man.
6.
Not a good
Okay, I
start.
gotta slow roll these.
Yep, and
Oh,
she
that
dies.
was quick. The rest are on 3s.
Cover doesn't save you, and
Jeez,
neither does
right.
your 3-up armor. Armor saves getting not very well rolled this game. As most of that retributing unit goes down to the
Back
silencers.
to you.
Brutal.
We have a silencer and a Stormbolter into this retributor.
Mhm.
And 3 Stormbolters into these Celestines.
Okay.
You would get a 2-up here, so you can. Yeah, okay, that's what we do. 12 shots into the 2-up girls, freeze, and freeze. 4 or 5 wounds.
Okay. Good.
Okay, and 1 Stormbolter into the Retributor, freeze, and freeze. 2.
Good.
Ooh, this retributor doesn't want to die, though.
And silence into the Retributor, force and freeze. 1.
It's the only shooting you got coming there. I'm just gonna roll. I'm good.
She sticks around. Bounces the entire strike squad unit shooting.
Silences, we have no APs. Yeah. Okay. So, sheep variant. 1 silencer, 1 Stormbolter from the Paladins.
Grey Knights don't need
Into the
doctrines, in fairness,
Retributor,
chat. Like, they
Same for
they
the
have their
other.
own doctrine
2
mechanic.
silences, 4 Stormbolters into the Celestines and Croissants.
Okay.
Stormbolt silencer into the rebuild with the cherub left.
Okay.
Free is hitting. This here we can reroll. And freeze the wound. 7.
Got it.
Something. 1 and 2. And into the other one. We're not allowed to reroll the 3, but we're allowed to reroll this. Okay. So freeze. So only 4.
These are no cover because you got Astral Aim, right?
Yes.
Oh, I'm good.
The Retributor doesn't want to die. And we have 16 Stormbolters. 15, 16, and 8 Silencers. 5, 2, 1. 1. Come on. 1 freeze and then force. I'm not allowed to reroll these. Don't freeze. 13.
Go, gadget 2-ups. Hey! Ooh.
Oof.
And we have run out of shooting, I believe. Yes, we have. So time for the
All right, big
famous
charge
8-inch
phase.
charge into Morbin from the Paladins.
We need an 8-inch charge
You
and
go.
Morvenval. This is going to be a big deal.
Up.
Oh, and it's a 10. Easy
New
game.
game.
All right. Well,
Okay.
there you go.
Separate 10. Can your girls heroically intervene?
The Sacristans can, yeah.
Okay.
I think he's fine with that. If the Sacristans get in
No
there,
problem.
I think a Paladin just kills them, is how that ends up going.
10. 10. We just want 1 to stay instead of 6, right? That's everything we want.
So that will, assuming that the Paladins don't get sort of brutalized here, which, I mean, is a potential if Morvenval goes ham.
No, we want you in chaplain range. Good morning. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That will hold Wolfvonmibu with the center objective. He does, and he holds objective 2 with the objective secured.
1, 2, 3,
So
6.
he is going to
Where's the
strangle
point of the
hold this
Where
turn.
will it
I would
go?
like to see a charge into objective 4 to knock dudes down to 5 primary. And that will start to claw Wolfvonmibu back into the game.
And I'm moving. 2. Stop it. No, you go over here and you go in the back. Bam and bam.
I think either way, this is going to come down to a pretty close finish.
2.
Although it could go south for Wolfvonmibu if he doesn't finish his turns relatively quickly. He needs basically 2 9-minute turns now.
Okay, good. 2. Okay, and you can pay there. Just okay. Good. With charge, we don't have any
Okay.
other charges, I believe. So
I'm gonna put it on me real quick. I still want to think about whether I want to intervene
hero
right here.
intervene or not? Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Don't. It doesn't really matter. No, I'm not going to. I'll put it back on you.
Yeah, round 5, there's often a lot of stuff you can skip as well.
Paragon moving up.
Mhm.
Everybody in. So we are starting with the Paragon. We are not paying for anything.
Okay.
So he has 4 attacks, hitting you on freeze. You have no minus to it, right?
Nope.
Rerolling, not allowed to reroll the 2, but the 1. I have 1 explosion. And wounding you on 2s, I guess. So 3 wounds.
All right. What's the damage on these?
3.
3. All right. We'll not slow release. All right, we'll slow release. Good. That one's a fail. I'm gonna let it fly. Everything else is D3 damage, right?
Yes, everything else is Steve.
Okay, I'm gonna miracle that last one with a 4.
Okay.
And back to you.
So we have
So I
1,
took
2,
2
3,
there.
4 halberds for 16 attacks. I'm sorry?
I took 2 damage there.
Yes. You're down to 6, I
Down
believe.
to 6. Yep.
Freeze. Rerolling everything.
So Paragon
Here,
eating
4
a miracle out of
explosions, so
Morvenval.
2 more.
Let's
And
see if
your
we
toughness
can
is
T5.
toughness.
deal some
T5.
significant
Only
damage
4.
here with the
Nice.
halberds.
Mm-hmm.
These are D3s, right?
D3 each.
Yeah, just one.
Wow, strong. Okay, D3 for
Or
1.
one damage.
And then we have only 2 of the halberds left, I believe. 1, 2, yeah. Not looking good here. 5, 7, and freeze. Rerolling everything.
Ooh.
And freeze the wound, strength 6, so 3 with -1.
All right, warning staves.
-1, so I'll be on 3 ups.
1.
Okay, just 1.
So we're now
Ugh.
at 3 for 1.
Only
Yep.
4 wounds on
Only 4.
Morven. That was not great
Okay.
wound rolling, and good invulnerable saves on
Good.
Doots' part.
It's just me then, or
Yeah.
did you want to consolidate, or
Maybe I could get your. I think I will get your secret point into me here.
It's even better than that, chat. It's half damage.
Yeah.
Not that it matters in any situation here, but
all right? So I'll just start
It
with
is strong.
Morven. She still has Warhim. I'm going to use her big swings. So 6 attacks. And she has her rerolls, so hitting you on. You're just -1 to wound, right?
Yeah. Let me think for a second. I could move you
Sure.
here. No. Just go ahead. Your strength 5, right? Yeah.
I'm
-1 to wound.
strength. Yeah, strength 10 with her big swings, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Oh, you're using the big swings, right?
So everything hit, no mortals. And then wounding on 3s with
strength 8,
-1.
but it doesn't really make a huge difference.
Rerolling.
Oh, strong.
So 5.
Okay. We have CPs left, so we do slow roll.
So warding stave goes
You're
down.
on 3s or 4s?
Reroll.
You're doing these on warding staves, right?
Yes.
I'm assuming you are. Okay.
Okay, so first one's dead. Second one. Say,
Well, hold on. They're 3 damage per.
yeah, we killed. Second.
Didn't you just
dead.
roll 2?
I rerolled one.
Oh, you re-rolled. Okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't hear you.
Another one dead, and 3 dead, 2 alive.
Okay. Yeah, that's my bad. I just didn't hear you, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Maybe the connection isn't the best here. So 3 is not enough, so we need to put you guys away. Okay.
Okay, and then I got my Sacrosanct, so let me put this on me. So I took my girl out, so they were
Yeah,
not
we have a
charged.
second fight
so I'm only
activation of
getting 4
Morvenval
attacks.
as well in the bag for Doots, which I imagine he'll use. So that she is about to scythe through a ton of paladins here with those rerolls.
And then wounding you on strength 6 and with -1, so 4s. Reroll 1s from Morven. Okay, 2 at AP 4.
Damage.
Damage 1.
3 ups.
Okay.
And what is this? My turn, I believe.
I think I just owe you morale. I do not, because you
No,
killed.
I don't think so. I only killed the red reboots, I believe.
The Paragons don't need Miracle. Okay.
Touching the
Right.
Sacrosancts is fine, I think. They're Bloody Rose, so they get bonuses when they charge.
Okay.
So engaging them not on the charge is fine. They also only have 1 damage attacks, and they're bouncing up in your invulnerable save anyway, so like their profile itself is not that good at killing you.
So you did get strangled, yeah. Okay,
So we knocked out... Dude's still at 10 points for these last 2 objectives. And I think pulling significantly ahead in the game here. It seems to me... I think we needed some models on Objective 4 here for Wolfvonmibu. Especially if the Retributors commit and are able to take out the Paladins, or if Morvenval just fights a bunch of times, although I don't know if she wants to stay in melee here, to be honest.
we're gonna put OBSEC on the Sacrosanct again.
We may see the Paladins laid low, and then I think we'll probably, for the most part, be it for Grey Knight's hope in this game, being down 15 points already.
Did you see any of these?
Potential for a grind them down in the bag, but I think they only wiped out 2 units this turn. Is that right? 1 unit?
So she will try to do her targeted smite onto these dudes right here.
Can I deny this? Oh, it's just
Yeah,
like
it's
the
just a him. Yep.
Okay.
It's on a 3-up. Nope.
Paladins are not objective secure.
And
chat.
her other one will be
Wolfvonmibu does have objective secured from the Grey Knight Strike Squad, but the Paladins themselves are not contributing it.
just gonna do an extra Sacred Rite, and I will do Exploding Sixes on her.
Yeah, Abhor is definitely a problem for the matchup for sure,
So no more him.
especially since Sororitas already have a lot of anti-psyker tech.
She has plus.
We're also just seeing the power of Adeptus Sororitas into some of these codexes that are a little bit suboptimal. I can't, off the top of my head, identify anything that's gone wrong for the Grey Knights so far. I mean, I think a lot of things have gone right for them, in fact. But they're
Gotta think about this.
they're
one.
kind of out of steam to deal with the powerful backline that the Sisters have remaining, because there's still a Retributor squad and there's still Morvenval. And if one of those things was gone, I think we still have a game here. But having both those still on the table and the Dominion squads is going to be a really tough ask. Yeah, Sororitas, it's true, have not really denied any points, any psychic powers this game either.
All right, other command phase stuff. I'm gonna do
Like that easily could have been a string of
of the
5-ups from the Sororitas, and a
Do it
bunch
now.
of really important powers fail, which would have been brutal.
So this is the no invul thing.
Mm.
I'm gonna do that on a. I'm just gonna
And
use
we're
a
going to Word of the Emperor to remove invulns from the Paladins.
miracle 1 for that.
And this, this is
No,
gonna
use a
be
miracle
brutal.
4. I just don't want that one to screw up. So miracle 4 for that one, and I'm gonna use a miracle 4 on Rapture Explodes from here. So those are both activated. Morven's gonna fall back just so I'm out of an inch,
Okay.
and I'm gonna pay 2 CP so she can fall back and charge.
I'm sorry. Does this have fallback and charge?
Yes, Holy Rage now. Yep. It used to be fallback, shoot, and charge, but now it's just you have to pick one.
Okay.
These Sacrosancts are gonna fall back.
You can't Miracle Dice hymns, chat, but what Doots was using there were the... I
So
don't remember
she's
the
just
name of
gonna
the
go
ability.
here.
Blessings of the Faithful, where he can
Let's
expend
go
Miracle
here.
Dice to increase the... use the special aura that the Canoness
Llama
has.
is super duper scared. This Canoness is going to advance. I'm going to use a Miracle 6 on her advance.
No.
These are both 3-inch auras. Okay, those are dead.
That's a good point out, chat. Yeah, Holy Rage is core restricted.
You get Dominions
A.
out here.
Weird. B. Good call. Just FYI, you can't Holy Rage Morven Ball because she's not core.
That is a fantastic point.
What is Holy Rage?
That's the fall back and shoot.
Okay.
Or fall back and charge.
Yeah.
I'll
You
just
should-
leave her in then.
Yeah, she can't just shoot her guns, I guess, which is fine.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Trevi.
Thanks, chat. Thanks, Sale, for knowing the new Adeptus Sororitas rules better than I do.
Points. All right. All right. Yep. That makes things difficult. All right.
Paladins bombed, baby.
Is it the
They're about to be
other one
blown
I
up
can
by a
do?
bunch of stuff.
No, they're all core. Damn. Okay.
Yeah, it could potentially. I think we were also
All right,
looking
these Dominions
to
gonna get out here.
use the Dominion, the Stormbolter
Rhinos doing
strat to
rhino
ping them for
things.
mortals when
These
Morven
Crusaders
Ball
will
falls
advance.
out. As it stands, I mean, she's probably going to kill one or two with the missile launchers, and then just get punched. It's unlikely she dies, but it could happen. And then she swings back and clears probably the rest of the unit.
Man, that's gonna be big. Drago has a 3-up invul or 4-up?
Or a pinball.
Okay. Indians will get out here. Retributators are going to get out. They're going to advance. 3.
Retributor's going for a walk here. I think maybe trying to get a peek at the strike squad in the back
Okay.
to remove that, and then use the Dominion strat to ping mortal wounds on the purifiers.
That's going to be it. All right. Let's do shooting.
It's gonna
I'm going to start with
get through that purifier and vulnerable save.
this Rhino right here, and I'll go into these Grey Knights. Do one Argent Shroud reroll. Wounding on force. Nothing. These red dominions are gonna chuck everything into those same guys. So I'll start with the bolt gun. 2 hits. I guess I could have rolled these all together, right? Because it's not going to matter. So 1 wound from the bolt gun. Okay. Storm bolters. 16. We'll do an arc.
Bolt gun!
Nope. 4s. Only 3.
They're doing a great job of eating bolt gun.
Another one.
Okay. Cool. So these fell back. This Retributor is going to shoot these Grey Knights.
There's a little bit
2
of bolt
hits, 2 wounds, maybe 4.
Heads ups. Nope.
Yep.
I can't believe that this single
This Canoness
Retributor is still
cannot
alive,
do
chat.
anything. This
She's
one
done so
can't
much damage
either.
this game. It's wild.
I guess Morven's going to do her shooting, just everything in the Paragons, or the Paladins. So crack missiles.
Eat bolt gun!
Both hit.
She's allowed to shoot immediately because she's a vehicle, right?
She's a vehicle, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think it is from Dawn of War chat, yeah.
-1 to
-1 to wound, so 3s.
That's where almost
She's got
all
her
of the
own
soundboard
rerolls.
are.
So 2 wounds, AP2.
Maybe she doesn't want to get promoted to a
Two-
Canoness.
two
Canonesses can't take multi-meltas,
Okay.
you know?
And the heavy bolter.
3 ups, sorry.
Okay.
Canoness with multi-melta.
Roll.
Please no.
Eat bolt gun!
Force to wound. Rerolling.
Just continue to eat bolt gun.
3 wounds, AP1.
2 ups. All safe.
Okay. All right. These these dominions are going to shoot your purifiers. I'm going to do blessed bolts for 1 CP. Be down to 5. And I really want these to die. Yeah, I'm going to give them +1 to hit against a Psyker unit. So no, I'm going to save that actually. So yeah, just Blessed Bolts from the Dominions.
Okay.
Just got too many in there. All right, hit on 3s. So 4 mortals. And then these go away. And then these are on 4s. So 4 saves, 4 mortals.
Okay, for that.
That bolt gun. I'll use an Argent Shroud reroll there. Should have done that earlier. Nope. Wounds. Nope. The Rhino will shoot them. 4. Hang on 4s. Argent reroll. Nope. All right. Retributors.
Break attack.
I'm going to do the bolt gun into the servitors.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going to put all the Meltas into Drago. I think I could hit these. Here. Yeah, I'm going to put the initial volley just into these Grey Knights from the Meltas and bolt gun into the servitors. So bolt gun. Within Morven's range, so rerolling ones. One on the servitor. Cool.
Nice.
Meltas. Sorry. Yeah, just going into the Great Knights. Yep. One reroll for Argent Shroud.
Oh.
No. Twos. Rerolling ones for Morven. Okay, so 6 AP4, no cover.
Oh, no cover. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Just that.
Okay. I'm going to use both of their cherubs. And I'm just going to put everything into the purifiers. Reroll ones. Two's wound, yep. AP4, no cover.
That doesn't lay. Okay, he stays. Somewhere over here, so. Okay, so you go away. And you go away. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think that's all my shooting. I'll get a miracle for killing. Got a 3. And then let's do some charges. So Bloody Rose Canoness into the Paladins. Okay, I gotta reroll that. 1 CP. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. I fucking hate you. I hate you. Ah, that's rough. All right, the other Canoness. Fucking dice out of here. Oh yeah, good job. Oh my god, I hate you. I hate it. Right, that's the important one at least. Try to charge these wretched gear, and I can't. They advanced. Okay. So Canoness is going to make them fight last, and they have no invul from Word of the Emperor. And I will start with Morven.
Isn't the unit first but charged?
Or yeah, I guess I technically have to start with her, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm paying 2 CP for Fight and Death.
yeah, makes sense. So she gets her 4, and she has the exploding 6s, sacred right. So 1 explosion. Strength 5, so force to wound with your -1. Okay. 3 at AP3, no invul.
3 at AP3. So 1 up save, so 4 ups. Taking that on.
So why is it 1-ups? Just real quick.
I have cover and melee.
You have
Well, I might
cover and
have
melee.
Yeah. I have heavy cover. I have Shadow Tide.
Oh, shit.
So the first one on the 4 up. Go through. How much damage?
2 damage.
2 damage, okay. Save. Okay. So, first one dies. Over here. And tries to hit into Morgan. Oh. Tries to hit into the Canoness. Yeah, we are going to try to.
Wait, just real
No,
quick.
we're trying to hit into Marvin. No, into the
So-
Canoness.
Why do you get heavy cover?
Mm, because of the wording of the Shadow Tide gives the Grey Knights +1 on their rolls for all cover saves, and this is defined in the rulebook as light cover and heavy cover.
Huh.
It was brought up some months ago, and it was cleared for T5S2, but
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if it was brought up, I believe you.
yeah, no worries. Okay,
Okay.
so 4 hits and
Wait,
3
sorry.
wounds,
What is this
-2.
coming in?
This
What is
was
this?
Halberd into what's her name, Wolfvonmibu.
Why are they fighting?
They are fighting on death. You killed one.
Oh, the one. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you had 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
Okay, this should be on my time. Okay. I'm gonna slow roll these. Good. That one goes through. I will do this one. Okay, just one.
3, 4, 2,
Turn 1.
down to 1.
Okay. So she is still in with this guy. That's fine.
Yeah, chat, just to clarify
Actually,
there,
let
I'm
me go
just
to
going back
text
through
here.
the precedent just so we're on the same page. So the Tide of Shadows specifies that you let me just pull up the Masters of the Warp real quick. It specifies that you get the benefit of cover to it saving throw. It's not specified whether that it's not specified whether that means light cover or heavy cover. So there are 2 possible interpretations. Either it's that you get cover benefits that add to your saving throw, which is the benefits of light and heavy cover, or that it's an unspecified cover attribute, which means that you also count as being in area terrain to get -1 to hit. We ruled that because it specified that it gives you cover, the benefit of cover to your saving throw, that Tide of Shadows gives you both light and heavy cover. Because those are the only types of cover that benefit your saving throw. And that would also mean that it's a defined type of cover, which means the ruling that says that it's you always count as being in area terrain doesn't apply. So you don't automatically get -1 to be hit when you enter Tide of Shadows, which is the other possible way it could work. Just to clarify there. So he gets light cover and he gets heavy cover, but he doesn't get automatic -1 to be hit.
Cover because you didn't declare as to.
I mean,
Okay,
yeah, it's a ruling of one of the 2 possible interpretations, chat. You get to pick. Either your entire army is in light and dense cover or light and heavy cover. Those are your 2 options. And I think most people would pick light and heavy because having your entire army be in dense cover for free is ridiculous.
And he will try to attack into the Canoness this time.
Okay.
Okay, 4 attacks. 2 hits only.
Is there an FAQ
2
for Tide of
minus
Shadows
1.
specifically?
These are D3s, right?
I'm sorry?
These
If
are
there
D3
is,
damage,
that's
right?
not
D3
something I'm
damage, yes.
aware of.
One goes
First
through.
one.
Second one goes through as well. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. 2d3 damage for 3.
3.
Okay.
Two. There.
So 3 attacks left.
Yeah.
On a 5 up. That
Yeah, there is no errata
and
to
I
Tide
will
of Shadows in the
rest together to
out
more.
of the Ritual of the Damned
1, 2, 2
FAQ
more die.
chat, just so we're on the same page.
2 more done. Okay, so we will take you. And we will take you. So we have is one enough to kill her. No,
Well, it's 3.
we,
It's
we,
3,
we will just take 2. I'm sorry.
3 more, right? Because I just
No,
got 3.
I wrote a 5.
Oh, you got a 5. Okay. I
Yeah.
missed it. Okay.
So it's just 8 attacks.
Yeah, so
Cannon.
I think the ruling that you're
New
referring
cannons,
to,
okay.
chat, is the ruling that says that if it's not specified what the type of cover is, you're considered to be entirely within a light cover a piece of area terrain, which is what then also provides a Grey Knight Army universal -1 to be hit. Because Tide of Shadows says that as long as you're within area terrain, then you get -1 to be hit. But in this case, I mean, the decision is that the benefits of cover are not nebulous. It's cover that benefits your armor save, which is +1 to your saving throw. There's no other type of cover that benefits your armor save besides light and heavy. So because you get armor save benefiting cover, you get light and heavy.
My 3 and my 1, so she comes back with 2 wounds left.
I mean, I think you like it's pretty reasonable to
Okay,
rule it
and
a
then
different
I'm
way,
gonna
chat.
have
But I think
Morgan
the
fight
different
twice
way is like
this
sort of
turn.
wildly more
So she'll
powerful.
go again.
Go ahead.
Yep. Freeze. Okay, 4.
Maybe 4, I guess. Well, 5.
Yep.
No, exactly
Got it.
that.
Okay.
So, everything to Melvin. 1 silencer. 1 4. 2 wounds. 82.
AP2, and these are T3s, right?
Yes.
Good, and I'm just gonna miracle. Yeah, I'm just gonna miracle 5 the last one. I don't want to deal with it.
And the hammer. On a 3. On a 3. 1 wound.
Goes through for 2.
1.
Yeah. Okay. And then closest is them. Just gonna move laterally. And then she stands up.
Yeah, chat. I think
Okay,
what you
I
are.
got
Ooh, there goes the paladins. Good job,
miracle
Ball.
for killing.
I think what you're referring to, chat, is the advanced rule section that covers
4.
receiving the benefits of cover when not in terrain.
And then you've got some morale.
Starting with pure.
It says that if you're receiving the benefits of cover and the rule does not specify what the benefits of cover are, which in my opinion, Tide of Shadows does enough, to a reasonable degree, then you are assumed to be entirely on or within a terrain feature with the light cover terrain trait. Which then means that it would trigger the Tide of Shadows ability to make you a -1 to be hit. Because they would be on a terrain feature.
Oh man. Okay. Servitor, I guess. Could
Servitor.
technically run.
Servitors could run on a 6.
No. Good.
So moving to Wolfvonmibu's
All right, man. I'll
top
pass it over to you.
4. He does hold
Maximum
objective 2, so he will
4,
score a 10.
Stranglehold and center.
5.
You should get. Oh no, yeah, you got your 5. Yep.
Yeah. Should have put Regal on objective. Okay. Here.
Did you hold this one at the start of your last turn?
Yes.
Oh, it's one
So
of
that
those,
that should be
yeah.
locked in for you. So you would hold 2
okay.
for 10 points. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, that's something.
Oh damn, I should have shot Drago then. That's right.
I didn't realize myself. So.
Oh, miracle on your turn. Battle round. Ooh, you got a 6.
Morvenval down to 1.
Hello, madam.
She gonna
Take
get
away.
smited.
Oh,
Get smoked.
I want to. Let's see.
All right. Let's see a Vortex of
Nine
Doom. Do we have a
charge,
Vortex
so
of
we
Doom on
need to
Caldor
take
Drago?
this
I doubt
here.
we
That
do, but I would love
cannot
there to
hold
be
you.
one.
You cannot come back, right? No, you cannot come back. But at least this is something. You will not be killed by retributors. We have a we have a purgation squad left. Well, at least that's something. Can you fall back and shoot?
I can fall back and shoot for 1 CP, yep. Not with Morgan.
It is easy to forget the lock-in chat.
Canoness, I guess.
I always have to put a little token or a note down for myself.
Overwatch into 4 Binvol. No.
There are only 2 of the lock-in missions.
Move your
It's
body.
just this one in Vital Intel. I almost wonder if Overrun should do it too. You just do it on all of the Hold 2 missions.
Just moving over here.
Probably even Scouring. I think all of them would benefit from a lock-in, honestly. Except Vital Intel could probably go without
These are
it.
still up,
Yeah, I don't know.
technically.
I'm sorry.
I was just saying my miraculous abilities are still up to end command phase. I was just checking that. Or into my next command phase.
You should you are instead of free to both of them, right?
Not her, I don't think.
Okay, so in this case we would try to kill her. Oh, did she even survive? Holy shit! Didn't I put like what?
Should have 2 left.
I should think about
You can visit tts40k.com/maps. We'll get you the maps, chat.
Okay, in this case,
There's also links in the Discord, !Discord in the chat. If you go to T5S2 rules and resources, all of the maps are available there. Oh, there's links to all the maps, I guess.
what we need to do, we have this
But the easiest way is just tts40k.com/maps.
with one. Okay, I'll start with armored resilience.
And if you're not in our Discord, come frickin' hang out in our Discord.
Yep, try to deny. Coming from where?
Coming from Apothecary.
Oh, it might be doing the thing where it adds
I'll deny with my Rhino
a
over there.
little apostrophe. If you Anacrofaust, I'll fix that. If you get rid of the quotation marks at the end of the link, it should work.
So nothing left.
It's
here.
adding a quotation mark because it thinks it's a link. Frickin'
Maybe put you.
Frickin'
to the
bot,
side because
man.
it's brilliant. Yes, of course it is. Okay, so Drago is going to smite.
Okay.
So buff.
Try to
One more
deny.
into the Celestian Sacrosouls.
Yep. I'll try to deny with this Rhino. That one is denied.
Damn it. Always the good smites. We're just going to do a second smite over here. 9.6. 9.9. We need you to charge. Well, so this is not possible. Chaplain. I want one more CP. Goes off.
Try
Did
to
I hit a
deny
unit still in deep strike? No. Right?
No, they came in here, right?
Yeah.
That was this unit.
Oh, yeah. This unit was just confusing me.
Okay, I'll
so,
try to deny with
yeah,
my minions.
Try to deny.
Nope. You got it.
Go back at 2. And it's my fire. If I'm able to grab the dice, because I'm not, goes off. To deny.
Sorry, where's that?
The purifier.
Oh, doing his
Into
D6.
Mhm.
Alright, I'll try to deny my Canoness.
All right, that Discord link should be good,
Oh,
chat.
okay.
Yep, denied.
Yeah.
No. Oh, god damn it.
Come hang out in our Discord. So we're finally getting the denies off now.
So, cast it,
Dude saved him up so that he could keep Marvin Val alive.
But you.
Now Drago's just got to do it in melee. Go get her. Go get her, Drago.
Okay. Shooting phase. Shooting phase. Shooting. I pay my 2 CP here for cyber ammunition on the purifier, on the purgators.
Okay.
And we're going to put 1 into the canoness and into the three Celestines, of course we are.
There's one Retributor and two Celestines.
Okay, 4, 4, 6, 4. Okay, so we need 3 Purgators. Yeah, 3 Purgators into the Sacrosancts and 1 into the Canonist.
Okay.
We need to risk a bit. We have a Stormbolter. The Stormbolter is going to shoot into the Sacrosancts.
Okay.
Okay, starting with the Silence into the Canonist. 2 more. 1 on freeze. 3 with -1.
Okay, looking at 4. It's got Sorrel. It's 2 damage or 1?
D3 damage.
D3. Hold on. You have no other shooting, do you?
Not really.
I'm gonna re-roll it, so I'll go down to 1. God damn it! All right, damage.
2.
Yep.
Good
No.
horse. Stormbolter into 2 upgirls. Rerolling. Pulling on freeze.
Ooh.
Damn it! And I see your 2 upgirls are staying alive again. Yeah, we are. Only 4. This is incredible.
Impossible.
That 2+ save, though. That is a weakness of Grey Knights. The high
Bodyguard
armor
is so
save
stupid.
is pretty tough for them, especially once they're out of all of
so
their
we don't
synergies to
need
get
what?
additional AP. They're just hoping to get it with
No way.
smites,
you
but
have a marker when you're 15, and then
the
we have
denies on the
over.
smites were brutal. And I think that
Okay.
that will probably
Purifier
spell doom
4
for
shots into
Wolfvonmibu
your
here.
minions.
Looks like we're going to be angling for a 15er
And freeze.
on Doots' side, at least a 10 for Doots.
Good.
Unless some miracles happen, but that's a sister's
Chaplain
thing,
for
not a
war.
Grey Knight thing. And then he can probably easily grab a 15 on his last turn to max primary, and that will most likely put Wolfvonmibu in a coffin in this game, unfortunately.
Shooting?
He's heading on tools, yes. And dribbling via Drago.
Good.
Drago himself, can he see something? Yeah. Into the 2 upgirls.
Yep.
Double 1, please. Stop rolling 1 at a time.
Hey.
Damn it. Okay. Charge phase, pocket just charging into Red Dominion Squad. 9-inch charge, rerollable via 6 inches to the Apothecary. Doesn't go off. Doesn't go off. Okay. Do you have anything in melee with your Dominions? Like a energy sword or something?
Nope.
Can you give them higher AP?
Nope.
Okay. When the Grey Knight is charging into
Superior just pulls out a like Halo energy sword. It's like the size of a battery and then expands into a big glowing blade. Surprise. We don't have power swords in this army, we have energy swords.
Next up, Servitor charging into Retributor Multimeter Squad.
Okay.
Next up, Chaplain charging into the same unit.
Nope.
Something that's more than a 9
Damn it.
or so. Good.
Yeah, I made a mistake with it.
Drago charging into Morven.
Go get her,
Nope.
Drago.
Oh.
Ew, not on a 4, though.
Wolf.
7. Yeah,
enough.
he's in.
Where is his? Sorry, I put -1 2 wound onto him. Where did I leave it? Armored resilience, where are you?
Where'd you go?
He's -1 to wound. You know, no. And,
Yeah, I
will
gotcha.
not remember. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
And in case of fire break, 9-inch charge. And we need the 11-inch charge into the Sacrosans by the apothecary himself, re-rolling.
What's that charge
Come
reroll
on.
from on Drago?
First of the fray.
Oh, cool.
Okay,
One upgrade
apothecary,
from the
right?
apothecary.
Mhm.
Yeah, he failed both. And this is
Alright.
it.
He even has that marked down on his army list, chat, and I just didn't see it.
Yeah, I guess you give me fight last or something?
Not anymore. She did.
Get her, Drago.
Okay, cool.
You have
So,
3 minutes to chop this lady in
Drago
half.
Doing Drago things.
Get it done.
Moving nearer. And attacking everything into Wolfvonmibu. Should be at
Epic 1v1.
right. Yeah, 6, 5.
Let's get those voice
Two.
lines in
Whoop.
chat here, everybody.
And you're what?
T5.
One's
Okay,
on 2,
fine.
strength 10.
Okay, slow rolling.
Oh, no, he's only
Got
strength 8.
these.
Ah, the worst.
Okay, right off the bat, we're taking one.
3.
Not worth it. She's dead.
Marvin falls here like, don't don't speak to me or my son ever again.
Come here.
Okay, Chaplain. 4 attacks. 2s and 2s. No rerolls. 4 wounds. AP only 1. So 4 ups.
We stand ready.
Yeah, let me. Slow these. 1 dead, 2 dead. 2 dead.
Okay.
We'll go. We'll go this way.
A bit up.
All right,
On
servitor.
5.
You got this, buddy. No,
Nope.
you don't got this.
Practice.
Okay.
Okay,
The
it's on me?
purifier over here
Oh, no. Go ahead.
is no.
Ooh.
This
Rip.
guy?
Yes. On 3s. And on 2s. 2 wounds. AP 1.
Save 1. I'll take the
Nice.
spear out.
And boom.
Okay, now it should be on me, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I'll just start with my rhino up here.
What's the over-under that these 2 Sacrosans kill Draco? It's like 100%, right, chat?
1 hit. Let me actually see if I get argent rerolls in melee. I don't think I do. I just want to be sure. Oh, I do. Shoot or fight. So 1 argent shroud.
Oh, of course.
Winning on a 3.
He does have that 4+,
1 wound.
but
No AP.
4+,
Oh, no.
you could save him. You could fail him. They could wound every time, and he fails
Yay,
every
the rhino! job, buddy.
one. And and the rhino kills the last remaining strike squad member over there. That's so brutal.
It's a 2-up save, right? Yeah, it's a
no.
2-up save.
That's
All right,
disappointing, Chad.
These dominions.
What's the over-under on the rhino killing Drago? That's the real
So I'll get
question.
4 and then 3 from the superior, so 7.
7 attacks, 7 wounds. That's all you need. Okay, we missed one. Just kidding. Oh, no, they hit on 2s, right?
Argent reroll.
Oh, no, they hit on 2s.
Nice.
Yeah, we missed one.
And then on 5s. 2, no AP.
Oh, this is over here. Just kidding.
Where are we?
Over here. Yep.
Okay, safe.
Okay, the Rets will attack the Servitor. 2 attacks. Merchant. Force. 1 wound.
Morven Vol killed the Paladins, chat.
Nice.
The Canoness said no invulnerable saves, and Morven said no Paladins.
And my Sacrosanct into Drago. They
She,
were not
like,
charged.
straight up
4.
Scarlet Witch that whole unit off the table.
And he's -1 to wounds. And while you are playing,
Okay.
or wherever my path.
It is a wound. AP 4.
Okay. So 4 up. Safe.
He's good. Okay. I have no morale, I don't think. Or actually, Retributors lost 3. I'll just miracle this.
We are moving back to Doots' bottom of
Probably a good idea.
4.
I'm just gonna miracle it. And then I get one for killing.
Doots will
I got my 4
hold
back. Cool.
1, 2,
All right.
3, 4 to 1. Scores the big 15er. And that is,
Okay. So
I think, mostly going to end it.
I'm just gonna get. I should be on 15, right? 1, 2, 3. Yep. We're good there. I've already killed 2, so I just need to kill something.
Yes. Already killed servitors.
There. Yeah. Okay. So these obviously need to fall back. Oh, let me do command phase stuff. So they're gonna get OBSEC again.
Oh, we get it
From the Dogmata. Yeah.
Ah, yeah, okay.
I'm gonna do
Grey Knights also have
exploding 6s
first
on
turn
my
chat.
cannons.
So they don't get bottom round 5 scoring. The Sororitas will.
I'm like questioning everything I know now.
Why?
Just from the core character thing. I think
Oh, wait a second. Did I get something in the last turn? No, right. No.
Oh, Stranghold? Yeah.
Oh, no stronghold here. Just thinking. But...
Holy Piety. Okay, I can't put it on characters. Okay, so
yeah,
she's gonna...
Your Celestine set would have to need to die for that.
Okay, so Dogmata going... We'll do exploding 6s onto my Canoness. Goes off. Where is my thing? That was verse. I can't see him, so we'll do War Him on her as well. Goes off. Okay. These are gonna fall back. You can't heroic 6, right?
No, I cannot.
Okay.
I would like to.
Drago's got a 4 up, right?
Well, then what? 0.
I don't think I kill him.
But
I think that would be very greedy. But on the other hand, I kind of have to. No more of that. No more of that. Yeah. These are going to come out to here. Up. Just in case that fails, we'll come out to here. Satyrs. I need 2 CP here. These are going to fall back. And I will pay 1 so they can fall back and shoot. Canoness is going to go 6. just gonna have to make it happen. Can Drago survive? Probably can.
Drago would be fine. What could possibly kill him on this side of the
Care
table?
about her. Care about her.
So we do have another game. It's just starting up right now, chat.
Rhino,
I'm going to see
doing
if I
rhino
can't put it on our
things. Okay.
secondary viewer here.
Let's do shooting. These Dominions are going to put everything into the Purgators.
The writing is mostly on the wall for this one, but I will see if I can get us a look at Ashley Thompson versus Glorak. It's going to be Sororitas versus Custodes.
Only 2 more.
Going down now.
Nice. And 4 saves.
No AP, right?
Yeah, no AP. So for 4.
3 club save because of the shadow touch.
Oh, right. Yep. The Rhino will shoot him. 4. Argent reroll. Should have done that with the minions. Keep forgetting. 1 wound.
Still up. Save.
Good. Okay, this Retributor is going to shoot Drago.
Stay strong, Drago. They're only Retributors.
2
They don't even do that much
hits,
damage.
2 wounds.
AP4.
AP4, yep.
Wait, no. Me too.
Lagging really bad right now.
Come on, game. Not in the end. We're nearly over.
You there?
Yeah. I'm,
Okay,
I'm
I
still
see.
here if you can hear me, but
Yes. Yeah, I gotcha.
my connection doesn't allow me to grab something at the moment. Or the internet to North America. I don't know where Trevi is hosting from. Nothing spawned. I'm gonna roll. 1. Roll a 1.
I will Miracle 6 that to kill.
Oh! One-shot Drago. Not like this.
Just
Dootsy boy. What are you doing there, bud?
She does not have a job.
That's
in.
just
They
rude.
Fell back. These Retributors will shoot the Chaplain.
Go ahead.
Argent reroll. 2s. Yep, 3.
4 ups. Okay, I guess it's
All
dead.
right. I guess I just get the dice now. We'll do 5 pure fire or 5 bolt pistol shots. Speaking is hard. All hit. I'll do 1 Argent reroll. So 4 wounds, no AP.
Is that?
Okay.
Oof. This is sort of a brutalization in this last turn
Cool.
here,
I'll
Chad.
get a miracle for killing.
Your tiebreakers do matter in this case because you could, you
Rhino
and your
will
opponent
charge
could end up
the
with the same record.
Purgators.
So if Wolfvonmibu wins his subsequent 2 games and Doots loses one of his next 2 games, their respective scores will make a difference. So in these invitational games, crushing your opponent as hard as physically possible is encouraged. Although it is it doesn't look good.
That's it. I'll just go with the Rhino. 3 attacks. 1 Argent. Nope. Wounds out of 3. Yep, 1 wound.
1 wound, 2 up. Safe.
Okay. Find me back.
Nope.
Okay. That's it for me. Unless you got morale on these guys.
3, so on a 6 they could run. Nope.
Good. Okay. So I got 3 and 3 over to you.
And I get 5.
Well, you score at the end. I don't know if it's going to matter, but
You score at the end, not me.
one day I'll figure out how to play this game.
No way.
It does look like a perfect
not
hunter for Doots there, chat. Maxed on primaries, getting all of the secondaries. That Abhor the Witch. Oh my god. So strong against the Grey Knights. Grey Knights, I think, most certainly the sub faction or the faction most hurt by Abhor the Witch.
We have one.
It is unfortunate those situations where your opponent is good at killing your profiles
Okay.
and has no psychers,
Try to-
and you just
Try
give
to
up
deny it.
15 secondary points.
Yep. Goes through.
Okay, to infinity. It's off.
I'll try to deny.
Please don't.
Ooh. Yep. Goes through.
Okay.
Yeah, Chad, I mean, additional kudos to Wolfvonmibu for, like, submitting Grey Knights in the first place. I mean, he's been doing really well with Grey Knights recently. But it takes a lot of thought, effort, and, of course, some skill
It could be charged.
to make it work with a faction like Grey Knights that is so outdated and missing a lot of the very fundamental abilities that a lot of factions are relying on these days.
Yep.
But certainly there's some power left in there. Enough to get him into the Invitational. And he still has 2 games remaining to play
You're good.
I don't want to be up this rain.
against the other
Yeah.
players in Group 3,
Which
which is going to be Devin Swan with Adeptus Mechanicus. That's going to be a tough one. As well as
That was
Tusol
into my dominions.
with Adeptus Mechanicus and Custodes. So, rocky road here for Wolfvonmibu, but we'll see if he can pull it out in his future games. This is only his first one.
Okay. 1, 2.
Silencer hitting your force. Nothing. Okay. Charge phase. 9-inch charge into your dominions. Goes off.
Ooh, did it.
And Apothecary into Baroness and the last of the Sacrosanct. 11 is not enough, I believe. I need an 8.
List out, I think. Yep.
Okay, so first of the fray, reroll.
Ooh, did it.
Apothecary coming in for some glorious vengeance.
I was just looking for
Go get him, buddy.
somewhere, but nothing to see here. Okay, we don't have any CP whatsoever.
Looks like we're
so we
going to be
have
angling towards the
five
end of the
attacks.
game here, chat. So if anybody has any
One
questions for the
attack
players, go ahead and throw
into
them in the chat there.
You and 4 attack into the Baroness.
Okay.
And 1 attack. Hit. Explodes. Lose the wound. 1 wound. And it's 3.
Minus
Come
3.
on.
I'll just miracle for it.
Because we have a 4 bin wound, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. This was done. Okay.
Should be a 6, not a 4.
And into your Baroness. 5.
Winning on 2s.
Only on 2s. Strength 8.
Okay. Oh yeah. All right. Gotta make a bunch of 4-ups here. What's these damage 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's dead.
And still the Sacrosancts are alive. How I hate these guys. These girls. Sorry. How I hate these guys.
Okay.
And they are still objective secured, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yep, still OPSEC.
So I still don't get my... Even with the 9-inch charge over here working.
Yeah.
God damn it. Okay. The...
Can you kill him though? Maybe
Up,
get a grind.
1 more. Bam. 1 wound. No AP.
Good.
And 3 attacks. 1 hit. 2. Nothing.
All right.
Okay, so I wouldn't have
Yeah.
done this thing here anyway. Okay, good.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
so
I
we're done.
think
Yeah, we're done. Yep.
yeah, there's no grind because you didn't kill. Or I guess you killed 1, but I probably killed this guy, right?
Yes.
I killed something.
How do
Mm.
you- Yeah, you can just mortal wound him.
Let's see. Let me see. Let me see if I get it real quick. I'll just
Yeah,
roll the.
you can. You're just rolling the melter, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'll just roll the melter real quick.
Okay.
Okay, Argent. 1. 1 wound.
Path of Invul. Nope.
Okay. Yeah, then I just miracle it. Yep.
Bam.
Woo. That should max me out. Oh, good game, man.
Oh well, yeah.
I was sweating when my Repentia died. That's what I was afraid of. I thought I was just gonna get smoked all game like that.
Yeah. One. The Repentia don't have armor saves. But I think you rolled really well on your armor saves, and then the second turn that mattered.
Yeah.
Was a bit surprised, but Reggie able to survive. Was a bit surprised. Your Celestines, but I made a mistake because I thought your 2-up girls were 6 guys or something. 6.
Oh
10.
yeah. They were like stringed back.
Yeah,
back
and
there.
I just missed the orange color code on the orange color code, but purely my mistake.
It does kind of blend in to this terrain.
Yeah, I put out the Land Raider from my normal list, and I missed
Mhm.
it so much in here. I don't think the Grandmaster Nemesis did nothing, to be honest. And just 4 layer scans, a Hunter Kissel, and a multi-missile, a multi-melter, just killing a Rhino would have been better.
I did get super lucky, like, because you absolutely whiffed his rolls on his saves. Because I mean, there
Yes,
there was
no
like
question.
it was non-zero chance he just tanks all that and then goes nuts.
Yeah, but that was really. Yeah, I mean, even the last one, Reggie, which is surviving and then shooting the last 6 shots into him, and it's like, okay. Of course, we fail 3, and then we fail another 3, and
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Oh well, happens. Good.
Oof.
Well,
Yeah, good game, man.
good game. I like new systems.
Yeah, they're very strong. They're not like I feel like I'm playing Space Wolves, honestly. Like I have a lot of like the Repentia kind of act like Wolfen now. And I've got all these like weird like I've got a fight last, I've got some mortal wounds I can dish out. It's just Space Wolves but better.
Yeah, I think the only thing I was a bit salty about is my paladins whiffing totally attacking your supreme commander.
Yeah, they should have killed Morven.
Yeah, with exploding 6s, with full rerolls. Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
I don't think he rolled a single 3 on damage. And you only had like a few get through to that point.
Yeah, I think I only had 2 D3, but even went through. So it was
yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it was like 2D3 and a hammer that through or something.
Oh well. So
props for taking Grey Knights though, because that's badass.
Oh well, I played Grey Knights for qualifying and Chaos Space Marines for qualifying, and I don't know if maybe my Iron Warriors would have been better, at least in this mission, because I would have just thrown cultists in the center and try to outshoot you. And maybe
I was so torn. I was gonna take a 20 Noise Marine double Dreadclaw list. And I was like, but AdMech, so
yeah. AdMech killing the something.
Just AdMech things.
But AdMech indeed. Yeah, good game, guys. I had a question for you, Doots. We've had some hot takes from your team members so far about where you think the relative power level of this new Adeptus Sororitas codex is. Can you give us your hot take?
Interesting.
At least one of your team members thinks it's on the same level as Adeptus Mechanicus.
Ooh, I don't know about that. Yeah, it's they're definitely way harder to play, and there's not like the first turn isn't like a coin flip where you just win or don't win, but they are still very strong. Like against certain, like against a lot of 8th edition style armies, like Grey Knights. Like I can lose like half my army and still win the game with Sisters. They're still like super strong.
Yeah, you're
I
still
don't think they're as
trading
strong as
really
that.
well, and your characters are more powerful now.
Yeah, the Hero Hammer is like off the chain right now. It's like how you play Sisters.
For sure.
I mean,
It feels like a Chaos Space Marine slash like Loyalist Space Marine army now instead of like more Eldari how it used to be. But the thing that sucks is I'm starting to feel like there is one list, maybe 2 lists, and that's it. I don't think the Codex is very good, if that makes sense.
It's not. Yeah, it's not broad.
Yeah, like there's lots of like tools in the toolbox, right? But you just take all the tools. like why would I not just take the tools? And you can do that in the list that everybody's taking now, which is looks a lot like this, maybe a few minor variations. Like I made this list and I went.
Doots, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
Trevi,
what's up?
any questions? Because there's penalty or penalty in the football game. So if there's nothing, I will just say thank you, leave.
Oh yeah, you're good. I don't have any questions from chat. Just a lot of props to you, Wolfvonmibu, for taking Grey Knights and making Doots work for it. At the very least.
I tried. Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Yeah, enjoy
And
your
Doots,
game.
good luck in the rest of the tournament. Bye.
Thanks, man. Yeah, good luck.
What were you saying, Doots?
I made this list, right, for the invitational, and I went on YouTube and I was like, just end of the day, just messing around on YouTube, and
I wonder what other people are playing.
I came across literally 3 battle reports, and it was like my list, not my list, but the list with like maybe a few units that are different.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, this is just how you play Sisters now.
Yep. Yeah, you see, like, sometimes there's a Celestine in there, and sometimes there's more Sacrosans, and it's like, those are the variations.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, maybe Zephyrim instead of the extra Sacrosans or something. Or, yeah.
On the flip side, we also do have Ash C, who's currently 2-0 in her group, running basically nothing but engines of redemption.
Yes.
So there's that, too.
Well, Ash is a monster, so that doesn't surprise me at all.
Ash is a monster, but her army is made up entirely of vehicles. So there you go.
Yeah. She's a robo monster, bot monster.
Fair enough. All right. Well, you are all set. Congratulations on the win, and I'm looking forward to seeing your future games in the group. And,
thank you.
We're going to go ahead and move on to the next game here. So cheers.
Sounds good. I'll jump on the stream.
Have a good one.
All right, man.
All right, chat. We're going to go ahead and close. I'm going to close down the stream for about 2 minutes so that we can separate the VODs out. But I will be over on Ashley and Glorak's game momentarily. I'm going to go ahead and jump over there now. So stay tuned on the channel. It's going to go offline for a sec. Don't worry. I'll be back in a literal 60 seconds. And we're going to come back with Adeptus Sororitas versus Adeptus Custodes.